and it looks like Wanderers are going to kick towards the airport end, and the Tiwi Bombers will go to your radio left to right, and they're going to kick towards the Michael Long Learning Centre. And the Breeze having a look at the flags just over on the scoreboard directly in front of us as we sit up in a very nice air-conditioned box in the stand. Looks like it's a bit swirly, so going across at the moment, no real advantage, would you say, or maybe one or two towards the airport end?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say there's much advantage. It is swirling down there, but yeah, you usually go with the airport end to start with if you win the toss.
Well, that is what the Wanderers are going to do. They're now in a huddle. They have all of their hands in together, just getting their final instructions, as are the Tiwi Bombers, and we are not too far away. This is the first game of round 18 to get us underway, and then St Mary's and Darwin at 4 o'clock, Districts and Waratah at 4 o'clock, and Palmerston and Nightcliff at 4 o'clock. And still up for grabs, 3rd, 4th and 5th, to find out what our finals makeup will look like next week as we start the final series for 2019-2020. Hope you can strap yourself in, because the Tiwi Bombers are going to need a big win, and percentage would be a huge thing as well, depending on what happens with Darwin when they take on St Mary's a little later in the day. Two teams just coming together. They're going to be shaking hands, and I think this is a little bit of a show of respect as well. Each player is now acknowledging every single player from the opposition side. So this is a nice sign of respect, and we must say, I know that the Tiwi Bombers, and I did talk to Patrick Heenan and put that question to him, had mediation last night with St Mary's after an incident last week in the game. So I'm not sure if this is a follow-on from that, but a huge sign of respect here. Both teams walking past each other. You sort of think of it in football, in soccer. In terms of soccer, they do that to every team member, and they are shaking hands and hugging everybody out in the middle. Now taking their places. Wow, warm afternoon here in Darwin Oval number 1, but this is what they are used to. And for Tiwi Bombers, a win, and a huge win, would be great to see if they can snap and really just sneak into 3rd on the ladder, Tash.
Is that something that you could see being introduced to footy? You often shake the hand of your opponent once you make it out onto the field. I try and instill that into the girls that I've always played with. But yeah, you're saying like soccer, you know, they do that and shake each other's hands before the game. I guess when you're really fired up and it's before a grand final, you probably wouldn't want to shake their hand. You want to bump them. And
well, you just get to your opposition more, so you might see a little bit of acknowledgement or a handshake and good luck in the battle. But I think the two teams, yeah, I've not seen it very often in the game of AFL. And yeah, you definitely don't do it all the time at the end of the game, do you, as well? But anyway, we are about to get underway. Hope you can stay with us. Shannon Byrne, we're joined by Natasha Medbury, our expert, and to get us underway, Dominic McCormack.
Thanks very much, Shannon. Underway here, Wanderers against the Tiwi Bombers. Nice little toe poke away there for the Tiwi Bombers. Bo O'Connell hard into it straight away. Socketed it to his own advantage, does it again. Doesn't track the ball as well as he might have there. Simon gets a kick away looking for his captain in Heenan. He missed the footy. Handball comes away to Shane Thorne at left half forward. Nice little handball away to Ronald Fijo. He gets another one to Thomas Motlop. Now away to Bo O'Connell. Well done there from Thomas Motlop. Really calm. Spots up O'Connell beautifully. Right half back. Little chip. Goes again to Fijo. Shapes the handball to Bo O'Connell. Doesn't do it. Kick is absolutely beautiful. Finds Joel Jeffrey. Centre wing. Right in front of our commentary position here at Marara Oval.
All the young names you're calling
there,
Dom.
Just terrific, isn't it? I was thinking exactly that as I was doing it. Joel Jeffrey now, the long bomb. High up and under. Grab hold of that. Mitchell Garton, he says. He got both hands to it. Couldn't take the grab. Handball comes away from Jamal Lynch. Paddling it in front of himself there is Deacon Braun. Gets it away here to Aaron Motlop. Now away again to Jamal Lynch. The high up and under. Inside 50. Shane Thorne with the push on Ross Tungatalam. Couldn't get him away. Tungatalam slaps the ball away. Bo O'Connell again. Flying shot at goal. He'll miss everything. Will it go out of bounds? Not yet. Tracking it back there for the Tiwi Bombers. Rodney Baird. He's tackled. He's tackled. Oh. And the umpire lets that go. Braden McLean, well done laying the tackle deep in the forward pocket. Takes Baird over and gets his team a boundary throw in.
He looked up and he's seen a wall of Wanderers players coming at him, and he tried to sort of not take it over deliberately, but geez, he was lucky not to be called deliberate or holding the footy there.
So how for the Tiwi side. Lynch put his hand up. Howe won it straight down, went into his lap. He just gets a booming kick out towards the scoreboard side. Jason Puruntaramiri with the mark, gets it out down towards the commentary wing, and the Tiwi Bombers are away here. No one inside their forward 50. Just now they've got a player, and there is from the right forward pocket. Shot on goal if you don't mind. And what a magnificent run and a magnificent individual goal from Michael Dunn. He just ran about 60 metres, and that was it Harley Puruntaramiri, and he has run 60 metres down the outside wing, right forward pocket, nearly hugging the boundary. And Puruntaramiri, that's Harley.
Trying to keep up with him.
3 bounces, and that was phenomenal finish.
Aaron Motlop tried to do the right thing and with the experience keep him to the boundary, and he was good enough to kick it from the boundary, but the player I was watching was Simon Munkara. He showed some speed to get into that goal square.
There was no one home. There was no one home.
Back in the middle now, Lachlan Howe up against Garton. Garton wins it down. Aaron Motlop trying to get himself in there. Tongatalam hard at the footy, got hold of it and gets a free kick. He was taken high. Second time he's been around the footy. Long drilling drop punt goes out wide, looking out here for Jacob Best. He gathers the ball on the bounce. A lovely left foot kick up towards Wanameri, goes over his head. Picked up well there by Tyrell Louis. Wanderers now coming out of defence. They go to Ronald Fijo, drop what he should have taken, scoots away from his opponent. Little chip. Oh, nice mark taken there by Deacon Braun. Into the midfield. That's a good kick. Steady now. Chip on goal. No, it wasn't. There was a poor kick in the end there by Keenan Smith-Thompson. Didn't really go anywhere, and Mark White couldn't get hold of it and have a crack at the goals. So over the boundary line again. Left forward pocket, and they'll do a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Keegan Smith-Thompson probably should have had a crack at the goals. It looked like he was in 2 minds to have a shot at the goals or pass it to his full forward, and just caught in those 2 minds, didn't make the right decision. Ball's gone out of bounds.
Lynch for Wanderers when it's in the forward line, going up. 5 metres from the left post for Wanderers. A shallow throw in. Howe for the Tiwi Bombers picks it out of the ruck again. He's dominating there in their forward line. Kick forward, went over the head of Munkara. Now it's an opportunity for Wanderers. Pick it up underneath the scoreboard. Come into the middle of the park. McLean has it. He's just standing on the edge. He goes back out to underneath, and 50. There's going to be a 50-metre penalty. So Braden McLean has not had to do any work. That's Best, isn't it? Has he walked over the mark? So
Braden McLean can actually take. No one was actually following him to stand that mark there, and you're allowed to play on these days with a 50 as well.
But he didn't even move off the mark, so that's a really disappointing thing for Best to not be listening to the umpire and get back. So 50 metres, that now brings Braden McLean within 45 metres out from their goal, heading towards the airport end. McLean comes over the paint of 50, slight angle to the left, drops it on. It's got the distance, but it doesn't have the accuracy, just goes to the left. They pick up their first point. Wanderers 1, trailing Tiwi 6, 5 minutes gone, opening term.
Kick in is a good one. Comes out wide here to the player there in John O'Mullins with the headgear this afternoon. His kick down centre wing, looking there for Patrick Heenan, getting in the way. Tyrell Louis, one of the young stars for the Eagles, did beautifully. The one-on-one contest, won there, but then the turnover was terrible. Goes away there to Lachlan Howe. His kick smothered off the boot. Coming in strongly, Shane Thorne picks it up well. Good handball coming out wide here. The Eagles just need to pick up the footy here. Ronald Fijo stumbling across it, didn't pick it up, had 1 go, 2 goes, and now picking it up beautifully for the Tiwi Bombers was Jared Cunningham. Lost it now.
Oh, too clever.
Dunn coming in well. Taken away by Owen Henry Jr. Away off to Jared Cunningham. Clearly held on to. Tackled without the footy. Taken over the line. Boundary throw in.
Oh, the umpire's missed one there.
How did he miss that?
Jared Cunningham. And he's done well to just jump back up. Didn't remonstrate with the umpire because that was clearly a free kick. Both sides have started well here.
So ball tossed in front of the Tiwi Bombers outfit, their interchange area. Garton and Howe, no real advantage. Ball still on the ground. Well, Purantaramiri head over it. There was a kick from Thomas Motlop that went unnoticed. Handball out, hits Purantaramiri on the head. Bit of a falcon now. Kick down the wing, favouring the Tiwi Bombers. Great pressure from the Tiwi Bombers. McLean got a little kick away, picked up by Motlop. That's Matthew Motlop. He gets hands away to Dre Thompson. Now they head down the commentary wing. Good hands by Lynch. Takes a juggling mark. Quickly plays on. Down to the right forward pocket for Mark White. He's just going to come back now for Wanderers after a quick passage of play. White looks inside the forward 50, goes up to centre half forward. And great work from the Tiwi Bombers, but now picked up by Braun. He goes around one, goes around two. Ball's been smothered by him. Picked up for the Tiwi Bombers. That's Jason Purantaramiri on the bottom there. Oh, great pressure. And a shot on goal, if you don't mind, out of the pack. Shane Thorne, who was diving back, he's just booted that. And Joel Jeffrey not happy with something coming out of that ball, but that was great pressure from the Wanderers attackers to keep it inside their forward 50.
He got a little bit of a nudge there, Joel Jeffrey, but what a matchup with David Cruz. Used to be teammates, so good to see them go one-on-one.
Yes, both good players. Now the ruck contest, almost one down there by Douglas Daniels for the Tiwi Bombers. They do take it away, their midfield. They've done well. Chain of handballs comes out to Owen Henry Jr. Long kick, good kick. Jake Best in best position. Couldn't get hold of the footy, however. The Eagles, nice little handball out to Fijo. Now to Tyrell Louis. Louis with the little chip goes to Thomas Motlop. Centre wing, inboard to McLean. Now he's got a little bit more space to work with. Midfield, he has a few numbers. Now called to play on. Goes with the right boot. That's a lovely kick up towards Shane Thorne. Almost cut off there by Christopher Jones. Couldn't get hold of it. Now off to Bates. Pushed off the footy by Jones. Did really well to put the pressure on. Now the Bombers' defence goes to work. Chain of handballs, Baird with the kick out wide. That is a really poor kick, although under some pressure. He missed Jones and found the boundary line instead. So a boundary throw in, 55 metres around from the Wanderers goal. Wanderers one behind, Tiwi one straight. We've gone 8.5 minutes in the first quarter.
Clever tap on by Shane Thorne as well to get the ball out to Simon Bates, but just under pressure as he kicked the footy, put him off his kick.
Daniels in the ruck for the Tiwi Bombers, and that's going to have to be done again. No, they're going to play on. They didn't even go anywhere near the ruck had formed. And they are now down the middle of the park, the Tiwi Bombers. Few players stopped wanting that to be thrown in again, but the Tiwi Bombers now with an opportunity inside the forward 50, and it's dropped by Tungatulum. Probably unlucky not to get a high over his right shoulder, but Tungatulum wasn't able to mark that.
Tend to agree with you there. That was definitely over the shoulder by Brenton Motlop, and then he landed on him as well. So just for the second effort, yeah. So ball up directly in front, 40 metres out from the Tiwi goal, and the ball is down on the ground. No one can pick it up cleanly. About 10 players, and there's 2 players, including Brenton Motlop and also Dre Thompson, that throw a Tiwi player to the ground. Hasn't moved too far. Still in the advantage of the Tiwi Bombers. Ball tossed up. Thomas Motlop at the bottom of that ruck. He just kicks it out. A huge up and under. Now comes out to Joel Jeffrey. He's got time, takes a bounce. No one around him with a good 5 metres. He decided to kick it. He shouldn't have. He had plenty of time. Mullins has picked the ball up off the ground. The Tiwi Bombers puts it inside the forward 50, and it's been chopped off by Wanderers.
Mitchell Garton got a handball away to Thorne. Thorne now to Jeffrey.
He'll want to use this a lot better this time.
Want to use it better indeed. Goes with the long kick. That's a beautiful kick. He did use it. He used it well. Found Lynch. Lynch going inboard again. Well done. Finds a teammate on the burst. Kick not so good. Warwick Williams gets hold of it. Tries to step out of a tackle. Handballs. In the clear there for a moment was Robert Howard, then tackled, now has the shot on goal. Is it through? It is. The Eagles have got their first goal on the board. Well done to them. They worked that beautifully. So Tiwi one straight, but Wanderers now hit the lead. 1-1-7. We've gone almost 11 minutes in the first quarter.
They did well to work that footy. Joel Jeffrey kicked it down the line. It found an uncontested player, took an uncontested mark, and then they look for that switch in the corridor. So we can see each time they come to the grandstand side, if we just watch on replay, the umpire said play on, he ducked into that one, and Robert Howard kicked the first goal for Muck-Mucks. But just looking every time they come to the ground, they look to switch it back into the corridor, and there's always a free player running around that 50 into the the attacking 50 there. So good work by Wanderers and good work by their young players.
Ball tossed up, back up in the middle. Howe for the Bombers gets a tap down, but it's going to clear it out of the middle for Wanderers. If you don't mind, Bo O'Connell streaming out, puts it up to full forward, and a beautiful one-handed mark. And he just does it week in, week out. And the tricks that has Joel Jeffrey, he just took the one-handed mark, and that was phenomenal effort. But more importantly, Bo O'Connell with a thumping 50-metre kick, and Joel Jeffrey,
one of those 3 stars, the young 3 stars.
So Joel Jeffrey will hit this at the top of the goal square. He trots in, kicks it over the head. Oh my gosh, he's kicked it and hit the post. He has hit the post 20 metres out, and he was off 3 steps, very casual, shaking his head as he runs away. And that is, I'm just not sure what we've just seen there, Tash.
Yeah, a little bit too casual there, as we've seen earlier, just a bit casual on the kick. He won't be happy with that.
Michael Dunn now brings the ball into play, and how you can leave Austin Wanameri sitting all by himself, I have no idea. He takes the mark, bangs it long. Jake Best punches the ball away. Tongatalam gets hold of the footy. Intelligent kick for Jared Cunningham. Bounces beautifully for him. And there it is. The turnover straight down the corridor. They didn't have to go anywhere else other than down the corridor and through for a goal. Too easy, Tash.
Yeah, Ross Tongatalam. Good work by Best as well to make a contest against Brenton Motlop. Brought it to ground. Ross Tongatalam, you can see he had a bit of space as we watch here on replay. Goes into the middle. Aussie Wanameri, no one around him. Drills it down, and here's the contest here. Best made a contest. He was caught behind. Ross Tongatalam, too much space on young Matthew Motlop, but just how clever was he? Didn't have a shot on goal. That was a deliberate kick to Jared Cunningham to run into an open goal and kick it.
So
brilliant.
Quick reply there from the Tiwi Bombers, has them out by 4 points. Ball up in the middle. Garton mistimed it, and now it's going to come out through the Tiwi Bombers. Kicked inside the forward 50, and wow, the Bombers are up in about. A mark taken directly in front, and this is going to be about 30 metres out. Simon is going to have a shot on goal. Can the Bombers get back-to-back goals within a matter of seconds? So Simon trots in, 35 metres out, directly in front, and he's missed to the right.
Oh, he's hit the post.
He's hit the post.
He's shaved the post. So Wanderers 1-2-8 are trailing Tiwi 2-1-13, and we've gone 14 minutes opening term.
Well, amazing start to this game. Kick in comes towards Edward Colley. He couldn't take possession. Well done. The second effort from Colley was terrific. Got hold of the footy, gave it to Motlop, off to Thorne. Gets on his bike. Nice kick from him up to Lynch. Again, good work from the Eagles here, using the corridor well. Oh, the hospital handball from Lynch. Got it away to Motlop, to Thorne, now to Lynch. On the boot quickly. The quick reply. No, it's not. Out of bounds on the full. Enterprising play here, though, by the Eagles. They're playing with confidence. And this is why we can see they've taken it up to the Tiwi Bombers twice already this season.
Well, they match them for pace, and you can see that with the young players and the flair as well that they've got through the midfield. They're not scared to take on their players, their opponents.
So Roy Farmer kicks it in for the Tiwi Bombers. That missed everything by a couple of metres to the left. Still in their right back pocket. Howe's just going to boot it about 50 metres. A great kick down underneath the scoreboard, and it is out on the outer wing. Picked up easily by the pace and skill of the Tiwi Bombers inside their forward 50. Best just pushing, gets the bounce of the ball, quickly puts it to the boot, and he just, as he fell over the boundary, put it through for a behind.
That was the word just. He nearly snuck that one in, Best.
What a kick.
And so the Tiwi 15 lead Wanderers 8, 16 minutes gone.
Oh, the shootout is on here this afternoon. McLean to Motlop. Motlop the sweeping handball here to Bo O'Connell. Already there in the corridor. Nice kick and a nice mark to Ronald Fijo. Takes the mark, chips forward, and here he is, the running man, Bo O'Connell. Had the option to handball then too, didn't do so. 52 out, kicks long. Kicks long, kicks truly. That's a goal from Bo O'Connell. The shootout is definitely on.
And I tell you what, if someone deserved that goal, it was Bo O'Connell. He has started this first quarter on fire, the young player, as he comes off for a break. His speed and his ball ability around at ground level and in the midfield is absolutely brilliant. You just see him take the mark on the 50. Dominic said he could have given the hand pass off, but the confidence of a young player to boot it from 52 metres, and it goes straight through the big sticks. Well done to Wanderers, but as you said, this is a shootout. This is a brilliant game of footy.
And we are locked at 14 all, 17 minutes gone. And Bo O'Connell comes up for a much-needed rest. He's been brilliant out of the middle for Wanderers, and going in for him is Howard. Ball up, Garton gets a huge knee in the back from Howe. Howe brought it down, kicks it up to centre half forward, coming through, and a good chest mark taken for the Tiwi Bombers in Simon Munkara. Munkara just looks and chips cleverly inside the forward 50, just chipping it around at the moment, Tiwi Bombers. Simon has it for the Tiwi Bombers. Probably only gone sidewards at the moment. He's going to have to kick this from 50 metres if he is going to have a shot on goal. Simon trots in on the paint of 50, kicks it, he's got it up and under, and he's had to get too much purchase on that, and he doesn't have the accuracy. It's gone to the right. Tiwi now with a 1-point lead, 18 minutes gone, opening term.
McLean to bring the ball back into play. Joel Jeffrey was on the big lead. Ignores him for the moment. Now he goes again. And McLean goes in exactly that direction. What a pass that was. A metre or so off the ground. Hit him on the chest beautifully. Joel Jeffrey goes now to Thomas Motlop on the move.
Here they go again.
The old stager, you have to call him now, Thomas Motlop. Still such a good player. Got that kick off to Lynch. Back to Thomas Motlop. Good kick up towards Warwick Williams. Ball thumped away from him by Rodney Baird. Mullins comes in for the Tiwi Bombers, traps the footy. Warwick Williams did well to trap him. Little toe poke off the ground goes to Ross Tungatalam. Good pass through the midfield to Munkara. Off by hand here now to the captain in Heenan. Picks it up in one grab. Long kick on goal is off to the side. An errant kick there from Patrick Heenan. But they take the lead with that kick. 2-3-15. Wanderers 2-2-14. We've gone 18 in the first quarter.
So now the Wanderers come out again down through the grandstand wing. Fijo with a juggling mark goes down the commentary wing in front of Thomas Motlop. He just signals with his hands for everyone to calm down as well.
Geez, Warwick Williams in the clear here.
Joel Jeffrey's playing very high at the moment. He's on the defensive side of the commentary wing. He kicks forward to Williams. He's not able to take a mark. The handball comes over to the running Braun. Braun steps around cleverly. Daniels. Braun gets a handball off to James. James inside the forward 50, and there was no one home. It's still not going to go out in the left forward pocket. It does. It just dribbles out, and that beats Baird. And it's about 5 metres out from the left side of the post in favour of Wanderers.
Wasted opportunity there for Wanderers. That should have probably hit up a target a little bit earlier, but James had a crack and it's gone out of bounds, but still a dangerous position here for the Muck-Mucks.
Boundary throw in. Clean bowls Garton. Getting hold of the footy, Keenan Smith-Thompson. Gets a handball away here to McLean. Up from his wing. From 40 metres has the shot and misses to the left. Wanderers 2-3-15. Tiwi Bombers 2-4-16. 20 minutes gone. And as you say, Tash, peppering away.
Goals.
Tiwi Bombers, what can they do? They're coming out through the commentary wing. Kick into Jones. He handballs it on. Long kick down the commentary wing. Great battle. And that was Motlop in front. He got a hand to it. Brenton Motlop taps it onto Joel Jeffrey. Couple of quick passes. Braun takes a mark, but he wants to play on quickly up to the goal square. Now it's the Tiwi Bombers that clear out through Farmer. He gets a hurried kick away, and it's been chopped off by McLean. He goes up to the top of the 50-metre mark, and Thorne takes a mark. He's putting his hands out like he wants someone. This is end-to-end stuff.
They've flooded back here, the Tiwi Bombers.
So Thorne, right on the paint of 50, has the distance, and it's a thumping kick. That has just gone 50 metres straight through the goals, off one step, and the Tiwi Bombers only watch it sail over. Wanderers hit the front, 3-3-21, Tiwi 2-4-16, and we are on time on.
That's after one step, Shane.
That was
There's
huge.
nothing to deliver, and you could see that he was asking for his forwards, but Tiwi had flooded back in the defensive 50 there, so in the end, bit of a run up, but then a booming kick right on the 50, and he knew it was straight through from the moment he kicked it. Shane Thorne, beautiful kick at the footy, but to go back as an experienced player and get that one on the board, Wanderers here looking pretty good, but the skills on display here by both teams, their kicking at the moment is brilliant.
Shane Thorne of old. What a great kick. Up in the ruck contest. Joel Jeffrey in the ruck. Got hands to it against Douglas Daniels, but the Tiwi extract now. Ross Tongatalam. What a pass. The master. What a kick to Simon Munkara. That was magnificent. Mark taken. Munkara gets to go back and have a shot. Just left of centre. He'll kick from 40.
Yeah, see, very within his range here. And Simon Munkara, another one that's managing his body really well. But I tell you what, he's still got his speed. I wish I still had my speed. Should go back and nail this one.
Simon Munkara straight at the goal. Kicks, had a little bit of a stab at it and just fades off to the right. Thomas Motlop has a little bit of a laugh with him there. Another behind on the board for the Tiwi. 2-5-17. Wanderers 3-3-21. 22 minutes gone in the first.
Wanderers go from the kick out straight down. And that's
well
Shane
done.
Thorne not able to take it. It's been tapped from Simon from behind and straight from the kick out. Simon has just kicked it back where it came from. And Simon has put the Tiwi Bombers back in front. We have a shootout here at Marara Oval #1. And the Tiwi Bombers, they are 3-5-23, leading Wanderers 3-3-21. 23 minutes gone in the opening term. And that's how important kickouts are, aren't they, Tash?
You ask your players for second and third efforts, and here's Simon was caught behind and got his fist on the ball, but his follow-up, once the ball hit the ground, he just exploded and picked it up and had a crack at the goals. And just the kicking on display here at the moment is absolutely unbelievable.
Speaking of unbelievable, I cannot believe that Joel Jeffrey is playing in the ruck. He's won that one, got it away to Thorne, away to Bo O'Connell. O'Connell, the flying long shot at goal. Warwick Williams read it beautifully, takes the mark. 2 metres out from the goal line. And they're checking here for momentarily. Was that marked? Yes, it was.
They're just bringing him around. It's a little bit harder here, but he's going to pass it off. No.
Warwick Williams, the umpire, not allowing him to take the shot just at the moment. Wants him to be right on his mark, which he is now. What will he do? He's having a good look. Bo O'Connell signalling that there's 2 players here. He's got an option of one or the other. He walks around and bananas and misses to the near side. Off the outside of the right boot. Interesting to see there was not a single Tiwi Bomber player set up along the side there so that he couldn't walk in.
Come around.
He came in easily there.
Roy Farmer just goes and finds the ball behind the cladding. He goes quickly, chips it in. So they're in their right back pocket. It's in the lap of Jones. He thumps it out to the outside wing, and that has gone too far to the right. That's out on the full. So now Wanderers quickly play on, come in board to Braun. And Braun's not going to get his kick away. And that's the siren to end a very frenetic, fast and very skillful first quarter from both sides out in the middle. Tiwi Bombers 3-5-23 are leading Wanderers 3-4-22.
You are one of almost 140,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you will need a battery-operated radio and torch with spare batteries, enough food and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Remember, all important documentation such as passports, photos and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season. Brought to you by TIO.
Oh, yeah! Gee, she got a good leg on her, right? What a show-off.
Did you see my goal?
Hey.
I thought I played a deadly game.
You should be ashamed of yourself and showing off and asking for all that attention. And looking like that.
You can do something to change the ending.
Did you see my goal?
Hey.
I thought I played a deadly game.
What? You should be ashamed of yourself and showing off and asking for all that attention. And looking like that.
Is this your eye?
You want to come over to the club with us?
What? You're not going anywhere. You're coming with me.
Come on, Bruss. What are you going on about? Look what you're wearing. It's the same thing. We're going. Having a chat.
You can change how it plays out.
Hey, bro, you all right or what? Come on, man. Let's go have a chat. Gotta be better, man. What's been going on?
Do something to change the ending. It's everyone's responsibility to prevent violence.
So we can feel wherever you feel, together being real, together. No one can stop. No one can stop.
Mother Nature can be frighteningly predictable in the Territory this time of year. Heavy rains and damaging winds can cause significant problems and disruption, particularly if you're unprepared, while downed power lines and flash flooding can be lethal. To ensure you're ready, visit powerwater.com.au/safety or text SAFETY to 0428 323 991 for more information. Because staying safe and ready around Mother Nature should be second nature.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal clothing for all school-related activities, whether it's 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact the Cricket and Football Shop NT for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice,
come in and see it.
still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
We're here for when the heavens open and the winds howl. We're here for when the water just won't stop. We're here for the wet and we're here for the dry. We're here because we know there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
And there's nowhere else we'd rather be either. TIO Home Insurance. We're for Territorians.
Too hard for it to be a player coach.
Yeah, well, that is a couple of the scenarios here, though, in the competition, but not with the two out. The teams at the moment. Shannon Motlop has his troops in very, very close, and so have the Tiwi Bombers. They are about to come out for the second quarter with a very narrow lead, 1 point only separating the Tiwi Bombers and Wanderers. The final three games that are both all scheduled for 4 o'clock. St Mary's, second place, take on Darwin, third place. Southern Districts are in fifth. They take on Waratah, and Palmerston, who are on the bottom of the ladder, are hosting the top of the ladder leaders, Nightcliff. So there's three games that could have some, I guess, outcomes as to where they finally finish. And the one in front of us is the Tiwi Bombers, and they only have a lead by 1 point. So this is going to be interesting, as you can just have a look down at the Tiwi Bombers and their huddle, Dom.
Oh, just looking down there, I think it's Jack Monagatti, one of the players who's not playing today and looking very fit, but then you look down the left ankle, very heavily strapped left ankle, but looks like he's putting a fair bit of pressure on it there and walking on it okay. But,
and getting around in thongs. So, I mean, if I saw someone in an ankle injury, I'd be saying, come on, sneakers, where's your ankle support?
Even a bit of a moon boot or something like that, if it is. But
and thongs.
There's a bit of weight as well. He's a big fella.
He's a big fellow, isn't he?
Look at the guns on him. I mean, just the arms alone. Now, you know, both coaches, I wouldn't make any changes. Very happy with the start and play of defensive, the midfield, and the attacking forward line. So, you know, this is really a good shootout, and I can't wait to get to half-time to see what the score is as well, because 7 scoring shots to 8, kicked a few points each team, but...
Yes.
Poster each as well.
Yeah. Poster each, that's it.
A few gettable ones as well, the Joel Jeffrey.
I think Wanderers have probably burnt more opportunities than what Tiwi have.
Yep.
But it's interesting, there's been a real mix, I think, with both teams. The youthfulness, Simon Munkara up in the forward line, and then Jeffrey Simon coming in. So you've got that maturity and then the youth, and same too for the Eagles. We've seen quite a bit of Thomas Motlop and McLean out on his wing. And then, of course, we've seen Jamal Lynch, Ronald Fijo, these guys coming in. So wonderful mix of experience and then the youth coming in.
Yep.
Well, it is a big second quarter coming up as well, and we are going to see what happens. It is only 1 point. I think there's 4. They're just the trainers coming out with a number. So they're just getting the message to the midfielders for the Tiwi Bombers. I'm Shannon Byrne. Hope you're enjoying the commentary with Natasha Medbury's our expert, Dominic McCormack, to get us underway.
Lachlan Howe up in ruck against Garton. Garton got a hand to it, got it to Thorne. Thorne paddled it back to Garton. Big kick, straight down the throat there of Aaron Motlop. Takes the mark inside 50, wheels it out wide, goes to Warwick Williams. Couldn't take the mark, tracking it towards the boundary. Steps back in, does he? No, he does not. Didn't manage to keep the ball in play. So boundary throw in the right forward pocket.
Yeah, unfortunate there, but good pass. Just couldn't take the mark and pay off the good work. But Wanderers again straight out of the middle, deep into the forward line. Yeah,
working well out of the midfield so far. Good boundary throw in, straight down to Lachlan Howe, however. And a kick from the Eagles. Again, that midfield sharking everything. Cut off by the Tiwi Bombers. Poor kick. Simon Bates in the corridor. Can he straighten up? Yes, he can. Has the shot, floats it. Just didn't get anything on it at all. The mark taken by Christopher Jones. He is a left footer.
Yeah, just no power.
Just no power in his left foot. Just couldn't do it. Unusual for Simon Bates.
So the Tiwi Bombers now are trying to come out their right back pocket. Mark dropped by Grant. Still in now the left forward pocket for the Wanderers because it has been picked up, and you're right. The pressure, it was very casual, the kick out there from the Tiwi Bombers.
Well, the Wanderers player there just...
Fijo.
Yeah, Fijo just turned the wrong way. He was actually free to kick it into the top of the square, but he turned and took himself out of bounds.
So the ball tossed in about 40 metres around from the post of the Wanderers, but now it's been taken out of the ruck. Bo O'Connell tries to thrash through some players. His ball's been dislodged, and now it's the Tiwi Bombers that are going to come down the commentary wing. Mark taken by Simon. Thomas Motlop on the mark for Wanderers.
Beautiful kick.
Simon picks out the running Patrick Heenan. Heenan puts it to the top of the square. The ball's rolling, and the ball has rolled after Patrick Heenan kicked it from 60 metres. He was aiming for the goal square. He went one better, and the ball has just dribbled through.
Ross Tungatalam out the defensive 50, hit Simon with a beautiful kick, took a beautiful mark under pressure, wasn't an uncontested mark. Then to find the running Patrick Heenan, he did not break stride whatsoever, and then he delivers the ball. I reckon he was either going for Aussie or the goals, and Aussie puts the shepherd on and lets the ball go bounce through for a goal. Just beautiful play and beautiful setup from the back line.
Most players kicking out of defence there, Natasha, just would have blindly kicked. Ross Tungatalam, no way, found a player.
And this is good signs for Tiwi if he's getting his hands on the footy.
Well, great play, and Patrick Heenan also worked hard from defence. Back in the middle now, Mitchell Garton up against Lachlan Howe. Both players went early. Ball came back to Lachlan Howe. Ball spews. Harley Porantatameri shoved over. Bates somehow gets the ball to Bo O'Connell. Has a bounce. Kicks long from 50. Oh, great thump away. Christopher Jones. Neither Eagles player went for the footy. And they might think back momentarily now and say, gee, I should have.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like it was dropping short, and they probably should have contested it.
Kick in has gone to a Wanderers player in Shane Thorne, so a bad kick out there, and that was Cruz for Tiwi Bombers. I think he just hooked it a bit.
I think he tried to kick the leather off it then, Shane Thorne.
They were very lucky to get away with that. He kicked it 55 metres straight into the lap of Shane Thorne. He's kicked it back with a shot on goal on the 50-metre mark, and it's just gone to the... Oh, it's missed everything.
It's out of bounds on the full.
So that is a very lucky get out of jail card there. So now Cruz kicks it into the left back pocket for the Tiwi Bombers. Not much movement for him to go through, so he has to pick out a free player. Chip ball goes back over to Cruz. He's kept running. Now it's down the commentary, the outside wing. He just dribbles it forward. Ball not being able to be picked up cleanly just yet. Tiwi Bombers just kick it out from the ground. One-on-one battle, and there is going to be a free kick, and that is going to go against Jason Purantarameri.
Yeah, Tyrell Louis played that really, really well. Just smart play.
So Louis now, right half back, goes out wide, looking for and finding Keenan Smith-Thompson. Been in the game a bit, Smith-Thompson. He's got good pace, needs to use the footy here. Went for Garton, couldn't take the mark. Turnover into the midfield. Mark taken here for the Tiwi Bombers. John O'Mullins without the helmet. In fact, he does have the helmet on. Goes to Wanameri. Oh, just too easy. Goes to Ross Tungatalam. I thought he was going to play on there. He had a bit of time and space, Tash, chose not to. So right of centre, he'll kick from 45 on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, probably did the right thing in the end, go back and have a shot. But, yeah, they just caught him out there, the Tiwi Bombers. Wanderers had set up for the ball heading into their 50, and the turnover was crucial in the middle of the field, and it lands in the arms of this man.
So Ross Tongatalum crosses 50. Now enters into his stride, kicks through the footy and hits the post halfway up. You wouldn't believe it could happen until you do it.
The third one for the afternoon as well. Wanderers come out of their defensive 50 from the left pocket. Aaron Motlop, he just chips it down to Howard. Howard on the defensive 50, goes down the commentary wing, big up and under, was looking for Joel Jeffrey, and to cut it off was Cunningham. He juggled a mark and it just goes over the boundary.
Young Collie probably took his eyes off the footy there, expected Joel Jeffrey to make it and allowed Jared Cunningham to nearly take an uncontested mark. Probably just need to keep his eyes on the footy.
So ball to be tossed back directly in front of the commentary position, just where the Tiwi dugout is. Shallow throw in. Howe gets it for the Tiwi Bombers. Now Cunningham, the man that saw it over the boundary, takes a bounce, being chased by Bo O'Connell. He gets a handball away quickly, still inside their defensive area for the Tiwi Bombers. Snap on goal, done. Out of nothing, Kurt Dunn has kicked his first for the afternoon, and that is the Tiwi Bombers' 5th goal for the afternoon. And now they get the lead out to 13 points. And that is a good shot on goal from Dunn.
Good work to Jared Cunningham. But look at the chase by O'Connell. Nearly got him. He managed to get the hand pass away, only just, and falls into the lap here. Siren Munkara just passes it off to Kurt Dunn. That's a beautiful snap.
That wonderful pickup by Simon Munkara too.
Body behind it, just all in one motion, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
One grab.
O'Connell there showing his rugby league background too.
Yeah, good tackle. But geez, he's got some speed. It's lightning.
7 minutes gone here in this second quarter. The Tiwi just sneaking out to a 13-point lead. Garton wins the ruck contest. Aaron Motlop got himself in front in the midfield there beautifully. Got ball to boot. Fijo taken off the footy without the ball. Spills to Thorne. Play on advantage is the call. Aaron Motlop shielded the ball with his body beautifully. Got a handball away. Fijo couldn't take it. Ball comes to Joel Jeffrey. Slaps it around. Didn't grab hold of it. Now the ball, the high up and under. Kurt Dunn it might have been. Mark taken now by Howard. Back into attacking 50. No mark taken. Socket off the ground. Cruz will come through. Picks it up. Gets it back to Baird. Baird goes by hand to Cruz in the left back pocket. Nice handball from him. Goes to Silvani Babui on the right boot. Kicks out wide. And of course there's a player just waiting there for that footy. Harley Purantatameri.
He was there for ages.
For an eternity, just waiting for it. Knew that it would come. Harley Purantatameri, the long kick. The target is Daniels. Goes up, gets two hands to it, couldn't take the mark, brings the footy down. Now goes long, the banana kick, looking for Best. Keeps front position, pushes the ball forward, keeps it in play, bounces the ball while he was being held. He's lucky that he was over the boundary line. So a boundary throw in, about 30 metres around left forward pocket.
How he even managed to do that, I don't know, but...
Players got to realise if you bounce the ball while you're being held, that's incorrect disposal.
Yeah, holding the footy. Just a little bit better with the one touches here, Tiwi. Just a bit fumbly Wanderers in this second quarter.
Ball tossed up in the left forward pocket for Tiwi. Louis went up against Howe. Ball being cleared by the Wanderers. Dropped mark, nearly taken there by Austin Wanamiri. Now it's going to come out through the defensive area of Wanderers. They're going to go out through the middle. Garton comes out, finds Mark White. White streaming down the outer wing. Two bounces. He's going to be caught. Just gets a ball to the toe, to the ball. Picked up now. Shot on goal. And that is a goal. A beautiful goal from Braun. And Braun in the right forward pocket has kicked the goal, and that has snapped the Tiwi's run, and Wanderers get a goal back, trailed by 7 points, 10 minutes gone, opening to our second quarter.
It fed into his lap here in the end, Braun. You see that Mark White probably took a bounce too many, had Shane Thorne on, but he ignored that. You see him here, just a good chase down as well, but Braun sort of gave up, and then he realised, hang on, the ball's come in my vicinity, picks it up, and then gets a goal out of that. So first effort from him, he probably thought he wasn't in the contest, and then the ball sort of landed in his lap, and he took an opportunist goal, so Wanderers get one back.
They do get it back. They stay in touch here. 36 plays 29. Almost 10 minutes gone in this second quarter. Ball tossed high. Daniels bats it down. Goes to his captain in Heenan. Heenan, the long bomb into attacking 50. Ball spills off Wanameri. Goes to Cunningham. Little chip. No mark taken. Comes to Howe. Can he release? No, he can't. That's a terrific wrap-up tackle by Tyrell Louis. And Thomas Motlop congratulates him. So too Braden McLean. Well done, Louis. Ball up here in the corridor. 25-30 out, directly in front of goal. Howe goes up, taps it towards goal. Free kick given here. A snap on goal. Will that count? No, it won't. But a free kick is going to the ruckman here in Lachlan Howe.
He looked like he hurt himself earlier on as well, just a hand injury, but looks to have come good now.
So in the ruck contest, I didn't see the signal for what that free kick was actually for. But standing on the mark is Louis. So Tiwi again, an opportunity to extend the lead. Howe kicks on goal. The commentator's curse is working magnificently today, because from 25 metres out, that is out of bounds on the full.
Wow, there's some great kicking and there's some inaccurate kicking.
And we've seen some terrible ones, but more good.
Yeah, definitely more good. Now it's in the hands of Fijo on the defensive 50. Motlop kicked it out to Lynch. Fijo now kicks it down the commentary wing, only as far as the player who's just come on in Mullins. Now, Tiwi Bombers still trying to have it in their defensive area, in their forward 50. It's getting a bit scrappy out there now. Bo O'Connell just ducked underneath a kick. And this is going to go over. Harley Purantaramiri wants it.
No, good call by the umpire. He got he got his leg to the ball, but no prior opportunity. He was that fast trying to get it to his leg. That good call.
Ball tossed back in, beats the head of Daniels and Garton. Now it's over the back. No one can pick it up cleanly. Kicked off the ground, and it is going to go into the hands of the Tiwi Bombers. Still not picked up cleanly. This has gone through. Oh, there's players falling over left, right, and centre. Lynch just got shirt fronted. There's a throw coming out of there. Shane Thorne's over it, and there's two Tiwi players on the bottom. Shane Thorne is sitting on top of Grant, asking for a ball to be dragged back in, and now it's just going to be tossed up. That was ferocious.
What a contest that was.
Ball tossed high here. Garton goes, wins the footy down, goes straight to Thorne, kicks it into the head of John O'Mullins. Lucky he had the helmet on. Players still crashing in here. Mullins got a kick away, but it was a little bit too willing there. The umpire said high tackle on Keenan Smith-Thompson.
In that passage of play, there was about 4 players that got hit in the head with the footy. Shane Thorne was one of them. John O'Mullins was another, and there was another 2.
Ball back in the hands of Shane Thorne. Gee, one of his better games here, Shane Thorne. Off the boot poorly on that occasion. Silvani Baboui soccers it off the ground. Thumped away by Colley. Goes to White. Sweeping handball to Garton. Handballed off to O'Connell beautifully. He'll go with the left here. He does. Has the shot on goal and puts that through the middle. Wonderful play by the Eagles, but that is brilliant skill from Bo O'Connell. He can kick on both sides, and without hesitation went to the left foot.
And that's what you want in a young player that can. Sam Mitchell-like, you can't even tell what is their dominant leg, but tried to kick off the ground here, just didn't favour Baboui, and a good punch just to get it in the clear. Good link of hands here for Wanderers, and here is Bo O'Connell. By far, so far, the best player on the ground, the young fella, and just beautiful. Beautiful on the left. Didn't look like missing, but just his speed and just his agility, again, around the ground is absolutely brilliant.
It's his second for the afternoon. It's Wanderers' 5th goal, and now there is 1 point in it. Tiwi Bombers lead by 1. 14 minutes gone, second quarter. Bo O'Connell's in the middle as well. Ball tossed up. No ruckman was able to get a hand. The ball's down on the ground, still not able to be cleared. Bo O'Connell's there tackling hard. He's just dragged Munkara off the ball. Munkara got a quick kick away out to the outside commentary wing. Bounce favours Henry. He chips it over to Austin Wanamiri. Wanamiri puts it up to centre half forward and lands. And a good kick, weighted kick, lands in the lap of Cunningham.
Just will slow it down here, Jared Cunningham. Just use his experience. He's got the distance and definitely is a noted goal kicker, but just calming everyone down here. It's ferocious footy at the moment. We've still got a shootout happening.
Cunningham trying to get one back after Wanderers got the last goal. He's going to hit it from the paint of 50. 5 steps. He's got the distance, but he is going to keep it to the right. And so it misses. And Tiwi now with a 2-point lead, 15 minutes gone, second quarter.
Got too close to the man on the mark there, Cunningham.
Braden McLean now to bring the ball back into play. Goes long and looked like he was passing it there to Simon. Simon takes the mark. Half forward. Goes for Jake Best here. Almost took the grab. Spills. Comes to Braden McLean. He's come down a bit gingerly there too, has Jake Best. McLean's kick is beautiful. Found Mark White in space. Needs to move the ball well. Almost hit Deacon Braun on the head. Ball comes to Cruz. Almost socked away by Baird. Braun on the ground, sockers it towards Thomas Motlop, slaps it out to Fijo. Little chip looking for Joel Jeffrey, misses him, comes to Aaron Motlop. Lovely handball to White, took his eyes off the footy, falls for him again, needs to get a handball away. That was terrible, and it's called by the umpire as a throw. Spot on call it was too, and that's just a little bit of inexperience there by some of the Wanderers forwards.
Too cute, probably burnt 2 teammates there, did White. Could have given the hand pass off.
Just fast footy at the moment. Ball is now in the lap of Cruz. Tiwi Bombers defender kicks a big one out to the commentary wing. Bo O'Connell, though, for the Wanderers. Hayes tackle. The ball's down on the ground, picked up by Howe for the Tiwi Bombers, the big ruckman. And he has been wrapped up by his opposite number in Howard. And the ball will be thrown up directly in front of the Wanderers interchange area.
Every player out there is giving their all. This is a great contest.
Howe, he's going to go up against Bo O'Connell. The man is trying to do it all himself. Height distance, Howe just caught it, but it's now come out. Nearly a trip to Joel Jeffrey and a handball from Howard. He wasn't able to hit the mark, O'Connell, and the ball's gone out.
He'll be sore from that, Joel Jeffrey. That was a bit of a big hit into the inner part of his leg there, just below the groin.
Bo O'Connell trying to leave the field here. No one ready for him for the Eagles. Boundary throw in. Howe gets it down to Tongatalam. Just cruises away, does Ross. Gets it away to Jason Puruntatameri. Tongatalam receives, has a bounce, kicks from 50, lines it up and kicks a behind. Deserved a goal.
Didn't deserve a goal.
Didn't happen.
Didn't he read that perfectly from the boundary throw-in off the ruckman?
So, quick kick in from the Wanderers. They've found Howard outside the outside of wing. He goes long down, looking and finds Braun. Braun cuts in and finds an unmarked Thomas Motlop. He thought about quickly playing on to Williams, who's at centre-half forward. But Thomas Motlop, that was 3 kicks, and that's gone quickly into the forward 50 from Wanderers. This is end-to-end stuff.
He had to stretch hard for that one, Thomas Motlop, but probably again, like Jared Cunningham, doing the right thing, going back as the experienced player, just slowing down the play a little bit here.
Just throwing up some grass as well, just to check which way the wind is going. Thomas Motlop on the paint of 50, kicks it, it's got the carry, and that's going to go to the right. And he didn't look too confident. He has had hamstring injuries for this year, so it didn't just kick through that, did he? But now it's Wanderers 35, trailing Tiwi 38. 19 minutes gone, second quarter.
Dunn to bring the ball back into play. Nice little kick there from Michael Dunn. Goes off to Rodney Baird.
There's that player over the side again, just waiting.
Just waiting. Here's another one, just waiting. Almost front-on contact there, but a mark adjudged to Roy Farmer. Takes the mark, goes back inside, defensive 50. Just asked Michael Dunn to run on a bit there. Now he's called to play on. Comes to the other side, and Cruz sitting out here also. Mark White had the opportunity to man him up, didn't take it. And so Cruz now has the footy. Where's his next opportunity? Right here in front of us, and the player to take the mark, Kurt Dunn. Ross Tungatalam comes off the ground. David Cruz goes for a run, so too Harley Puruntatameri past Dunn, and he chooses the latter option. Goes to Puruntatameri, feigns the kick, comes back inboard to Simon Cord. Great tackle. Thomas Motlop, well done. Nailed the tackle. Holding the ball was the call. Where will Motlop go now? Left half back he is. A Tiwi lead by 2 points, 38 to 36, 20 minutes gone. And we just see the ball out of bounds, off the hands of Jamal Lynch. It was a good option, but Jamal Lynch just could not take the mark under pressure. Boundary throw-in.
But that is also good pressure, I think, from the Tiwi player in Dunn. He just kept running at him, and that's why Lynch actually dropped him. He panicked because even if he'd, you know, kept the ball in, he was going to get absolutely smashed. So this is good signs from Tiwi Bombers, just chasing everything. Ball tossed in directly in front of the Tiwi Bombers dugout. Daniel's got a hand to it, kicked out of the ruck area though for Wanderers, not able to be picked up cleanly from a Wanderers players. So now it's Dunn who gets it. He kicks it into the middle, caught by their captain Heenan. He kicks it over and finds the run of Henry. Henry takes a bounce inside the forward 50, 40 metres out directly in front, and he's missed it to the left.
They can't buy a goal at the moment. We've seen them shooting at the big sticks, but they can't get one through at the moment, both teams.
Braden McLean now with the kick play on. This has become the norm. He goes to Collie. Collie goes out to Howard. Howard really having a good game on that outer wing. Has 2 bounces. Needs to use the footy now. Pops it up. Ah, yes, pops it up beautifully. Williams just drops the chest mark. I can't believe it. Tries to duck under the tackle. He is gone. Flipped the ball out towards the boundary line. Didn't matter. Well done, Christopher Jones, who nailed him in the tackle. I still can't believe he dropped the mark.
I don't think
5 metres in front he was.
There's a few. I mean, even Lynch down here should have taken that mark. It was very casual. No sun in his eyes. There's no reason why. But now it is Jones that's kicked it down the commentary wing. It's been picked off by Wanderers. Matthew Motlop has it. 70 metres out from goal, directly in front. Tries to get a massive kick on it, but that is going to be picked off by Jones for the Tiwi Bombers, and he goes across, not able to be picked up by Barbui. Joel Jeffrey harassing Barbui. Handballs out to Grant. Grant in the right back pocket gets a ball onto Mullins, gets it back, and that is going to be kicked out of full on the bound. Out of bounds on the full by Barbui.
Well done to Fijo and Joel Jeffrey there. They were outnumbered, but they just kept the pressure on the Tiwi defenders, and now Joel Jeffrey has the free kick. And I tell you what, he probably doesn't have much of a run-up that he'd be used to with the angle that he's on, but if someone can kick this goal, it's Joel Jeffrey.
He is hugging the boundary. He is right up against the fence, something he can't move. He looked to see if he could get more space. Joel Jeffrey from the paint of 50, left forward pocket, and Joel Jeffrey has kicked a miracle goal. He has kicked it on the boundary line, slightest angle. He was looking to move the boundary fence. He was hugging it. He came in and he has kicked an absolute beauty for the Wanderers, and that puts them in front by 3 points, time on second quarter.
Just such a beautiful kicking action, Joel Jeffrey, but you're right. He was right against the boundary fence, kicked it from where the 50 paint hits the boundary line there, and didn't have his normal run-up length that he was used to, but just still managed to get it through. And it's not easy to kick goals from that pocket either. But, geez, he's just a wonderful talent. And, again, those 2 players, and Tyrell Louis that I spoke about as well, that's doing his part in the back line, just brilliant young players for Wanderers.
Second time they've taken the lead now, Wanderers.
Garton from the middle, later tackle, but Patrick Heenan got the footy out, kicks it up towards 50, cut off by Thomas Motlop, handballs backwards to Brenton Motlop, goes with the left boot up towards Braun, couldn't take the mark, tackle laid there on Xavier Grant for the Tiwi Bombers. Ball comes out to Bo O'Connell, good shepherd from Braun, lovely kick from Bo O'Connell, just lowered the eyes, he was calm, got the footy over the top there to a teammate in Donny James, goes back to O'Connell, pass with the left boot to Williams. Ball thumped away from him by Baird. Coming through strongly was Braun. Handball to Joel Jeffrey. Has a little bit of time and space. Looks up and sees Bates. And on the second grab, takes the footy. Well, exciting play here for the Eagles. 23 and a half minutes gone, so well into time on. They have just taken the lead, and an opportunity here to extend the lead.
Good composure as the siren goes. This is going to be a very, very good goal if Simon Bates can kick it.
Aaron Motlop just went up to Bates and gave him a tap and said, you can do this. Approaches, kicks, starts it straight, veers to the right, and he kicks a behind. He's angry with himself, and you could just hear through the effects mic there his reaction. The players go to him, they get around him. Still a lot of positivity there amongst the Eagles, and well there might be, because they go into half-time with a 4-point lead. Wanderers 6-7-43, leading Tiwi 5-9-39.
You are one of almost 140,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you will need a battery-operated radio and torch with spare batteries, enough food and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Remember, all important documentation such as passports, photos and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season. Brought to you by TIO.
Oh, yeah! Wow, what a deadly player. Gee, she got a leg on her, eh? What a show-off. Goal at the end.
Hey, babe.
Hey, girls.
You right?
Hey, we're just talking about... You're loving all this attention. Who are you trying to impress?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
I'm not trying to do anything.
You can do something to change the ending.
Wow, what a deadly player. Gee, she got a leg on her, eh? What a show-off. Yeah, isn't that a part of the game? Yeah, come on, bro. You should be proud of her. She's a deadly player. Unbelievable game. Unbelievable.
Hey, babe.
Hey, what up?
Did you see my goal?
Oh, it was deadly.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty sick. I couldn't believe I got it.
Do something to change the ending. You can change how it plays out. It's everyone's responsibility to prevent violence.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing. No pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kellogg's make your job easy. Time to escape, 'cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
Looking for the best and brightest to join your team? At Quality People, we specialise in finding quality, hard-to-get professionals, and we have an office right here in Darwin. Kick your recruitment goals with Quality People. qualitypeople.com.au.
Now that's quality.
On Territory roads, anything can happen. So you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble.
We're here for when the heavens open and the winds howl. We're here for when the water just won't stop. We're here for the wet, and we're here for the dry. We're here because we know there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
And there's nowhere else we'd rather be either. TIO Home Insurance. We're for Territorians. Choosing a health fund can be tricky. Some are too big, too small, or just not right at all. But with Territory Health Fund, you can make sure your cover is the right fit.
The NTFL clubs and umpires would like to share the following events and messages and thank their sponsors.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy. I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
Wedding or birthday is coming up? Maybe a get-together with friends and family. Waratah Clubhouse at Gardens Oval is the perfect venue for your next community function. Celebrate in the home to one of Darwin's iconic football clubs, Waratah Clubhouse.
For more information, please visit the relevant club or umpire's Facebook page.
itself. You've got a presentation night to sort of go to. You just feel better. So that's what Wanderers are aiming for here.
And they can be the wrecking ball too, can't
Absolutely.
they? Like if you can have a final win of the season, that's great. But if you can influence the finals and beat a team in the finals, even better.
And Shannon Motlop is their captain coach, and he would know all about top level and what being able to have a win against someone that could knock them out of the position of third on the ladder. So this is what is coming up in the second half. The Tiwi Bombers playing for at least an opportunity, depending on another result, to finish third and head off to the qualifying final. If they lose today, they are in the elimination final next week in week 1 of finals. Both teams are back out. Breeze look like it is now favouring the airport end. So the Wanderers side in this championship quarter, the third one, looks like they'll have the slight breeze advantage. And we are going to strap ourselves in, because if the second half is anything to go by, we're in for a classic. Wanderers by 4 points. Dominic McCormack to get us underway.
Ball tossed high in the air. Howe had it initially. Now taken away by Mullins. Got a handball away. Quick kick goes to Matthew Motlop. Drops a mark he should have taken. Well done by Lynch to get boot to ball. Almost trapped there by Xavier Grant. Now taken away by Bates. Onto his right boot. Inside attacking 50. For the mark, Joel Jeffrey. How did he get hold of that?
Plunked that, didn't he? Got the mitts on it and wasn't letting go.
Oh, had the arms outstretched, which I love seeing from a key forward, and then somehow just held on. I thought the ball got away from him there for a moment.
No, it was like he had glue on his hands or something.
Well, Wanderers, an opportunity here to extend a 4-point lead. Joel Jeffrey, he'll be kicking from about 35 to 40 metres out.
VJ must back him. He just gave us the fingers up on the TV screen there.
Right of centre. 45-degree angle, kicking to the airport end. Joel Jeffrey, he's stabbed at it, and he's hit the post for a second time. Wow, 4 posters for the afternoon. Needed to kick through it, and the wind took it away.
As he kicked it, I thought he looked pretty confident. We were right behind it. But now, Tiwi Bombers are going to kick in through Farmer. He goes to the outer wing. Looking and goes over the head of Lynch for Wanderers, and the kick-ins have been thumping out from that airport end, but a lot of them have found the boundary as well.
No short kick-ins, they're going for distance, that's for sure, and to get it over the top for that space, that run and carry.
Reminds me of that song, we're going for distance and then we're going for speed.
I won't sing it for you.
No, don't.
Ball tossed in just in front of the fans. That is too short. That's another throw-in that has not even reached either of the ruckmen in Daniels or Garton.
Now, they did appeal to the umpire, but they got to read it themselves.
Yeah.
They got to get there.
So the ball will be tossed up. Howe up against Garton. Garton got a fingertip to it. Down to Thorne. Thorne kicks it inside the forward 50, but it's going to be marked easily by Dunn for Tiwi Bombers.
White, the young player, just needs to learn, get in front. From those contests, you need to be in front as a forward.
And Dunn has just kicked it out. He's kicked it out towards the commentary wing. And the ball's gone through the feet of Henry. Picked up for Wanderers through Braun. He dances around 1, dances around 2. Long kick down the middle. And just too casual was Simon. He should have gone up for the mark there. Ball's down on the ground. Dre Thompson now has the ball. He gets a handball over. Still at the top of the 50. Lynch got a hurried kick away. Players on it. Garton, the big ruckman, jumped down. And now being chased and harassed is Brendan McLean. McLean puts it into the left forward pocket. He was looking for Williams, and that is just easily picked off by the Tiwi Bombers.
Baird did well to get over there and get that footy.
Yeah, well done to Baird, who took that mark. Now he's found a teammate in Michael Dunn. That's a casual kick from Dunn. Cut off by Thorne. Goes with the left boot. Has Joel Jeffrey there. Comes off hands. Roy Farmer collects. Handballs back to Mullins. Little chip kick is good. Finds a teammate there in the form of Matthew Cantilla. He comes back towards the corridor and Ross Tungatalam. Tungatalam goes towards Jones. Comes off hands. Comes back to Jones. Gets the handball away, was looking for Matthew Cantilla, didn't attack the footy. Matthew Motlop did. Ball spills to Wannermerry. Goes to Simon, tackled, goes back to Matthew Cantilla. Goes with the torpedo, and at the back, taking the mark is the big ruckman in Lachlan Howe. 10 metres out, not even that, 5 metres out from goal on the slightest of angles. He'll go back and line up and I will not give you a prediction as to what he will do.
Surely he'll get it through the big sticks this time. He's a little bit closer than what he was last time. So
I'll leave the predictions to you, Natasha.
Deserves a goal. He's played well today.
Gee, worked hard to get back there. Kicks on goal. Almost missed it. Puts it through. They're on the board, the Tiwi Bombers, in this third quarter. They move on to 6-9-45. Wanderers 6-8-44. 4 minutes gone. The Tiwi back in front by a point.
And again, not scared to go down the corridor. Good pick up by Jones. Went in for the second effort. Aussie Wanamiri, look at that. Just one touch, picked it up, out to Simon. Simon tried to beat the tackle of Motlop. Managed to get the footy away to a play in Cantilla, and just the big man in the goal square. Not much Thomas Motlop could do about that, but well-deserved goal to Howe. He's rucked really well today for the Tiwi Bombers.
So Howe is in the middle again. He's going to go up against Garton from Wanderers. Ball thrown up. Garton actually wins it in the air. Shane Thorne tackled without the ball. Ball is now in the lap of Aaron Motlop. He puts it down, gets a handball out to Dre Thompson. Nothing going forward, so he kicks it into Shane Thorne. Hasn't gone 15 metres.
He's played it.
He's played the mark. Didn't think that went 15 metres.
That's the make-up for the previous one.
Shane Thorne in the middle of Marara Oval, and he's hooked it, but it's hooked beautifully to the hands of O'Connell. And Bo O'Connell in the left forward pocket. He is going to have to kick it 45 metres, 45-degree angle.
We've seen him, he's got 2 goals already, and we've seen him kick one off his left foot in the other end of the ground, the Michael Long end. But he just read that ball well in the swirly breeze. Look at the breeze down there, look at the trees.
So O'Connell looking for his third on the right. He's kicked it over the head of Henry, and he's just hooked it to the right, so it's gone through for a point. And Wanderers now have got that margin back to 1 point. They trail by 1 over the Tiwi Bombers. 6 minutes gone, third quarter.
Tiwi Bombers bring the ball back into play. Loose players everywhere on this Morris Rioli grandstand side. Heenan was the one found. His kick straight down centre wing, looking there for Kurt Dunn, but over his head. And they've transitioned just like that to centre wing. With the ball out of bounds here for a boundary throw-in.
Apologies, it's actually even 45 all. The scoreboard just hasn't caught up there, Dom. So we're even Stevens here as Howe wins it down from the ruck throw-in on the commentary wing. He boots it forward. Now it's going to be cleared by Wanderers. Bo O'Connell is doing it at every end and every side of the ground. He chips it forward. Just at the back was Hunt. Hunt with the flashy boots on gets it forward. Not able to be picked up. Now Williams gets it to Joel Jeffrey, chucks it onto the right boot, and he's going to miss everything from the right pocket.
David Cruz has let him know all about it as well. The ex-teammates, it's a good contest, those two at the moment as well. But O'Connell, you're right, he's doing everything. I thought that was a mark to Hunt.
Yeah. So from that back pocket now, Rodney Baird with ball in hand. Left back pocket, where can he go? Cruz gives him an option. Gee, he goes long, high and swirly, and it hits the chest of Shane Thorne, who plays on immediately. And Simon was inside the protected area.
But you'll actually see on the replay, he put his hands down to try and actually balk. He tried to balk the
I was going to say,
smother.
You do get the opportunity to remove from that area, so it was because of his intention to balk.
To play at the ball.
Yep.
He tried to smother, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So 50-metre penalty. And Shane Thorne, the quick reply, dead in front. He's already got 1 goal this afternoon, kicked in the first quarter, and he thumps that one straight through the middle and out into the trees. So Shane Thorne with his second. More importantly, however, Wanderers move here to 6-8.
7-9, I've got.
7-9, no, that's correct. 7-9, 51. Tiwi Bombers 6-9, 45. So third quarter, 8 minutes gone. And Wanderers now lead. Yeah, there it is.
Poor kick out. It was a poor kick out as well. Harley Punatanameri was by himself for an eternity in front of our commentary box, was calling for it. By the time his teammate actually kicked it to him, there was a number of Wanderers players around him, and it was a missed kick and just landed in the lap of Shane Thorne. And fortunately for Simon, he got involved and gave away a 50-metre penalty.
So the scoreboard's not moving over here with us, so do bear with us. The scoreboard hasn't changed, but now we'll go with what's happening on the TV screen. Ball tossed up, one down by Daniels for the Tiwi Bombers. Now they're going to get the clearance out of the middle. Inside there, forward 50. Good hands from the tall Tiwi Bomber Jones. He wheels around. Ugly kick along the ground. Gives an opportunity for Wanderers defenders to pounce on it. Now they're down through the middle. Bates picks it up. He's closed quickly down. Gets a handball away up into the air. In the middle of Marara Oval number 1. An incorrect disposal probably gone missing. Garton tried to pick it up the ruckman for Wanderers. He overran it. Desperate players down on the ground. Ball kicked up and under. Crowd getting involved here. Ball bouncing around, and it's Shane Thorne for Wanderers, and it's picked it up in the middle of the park. He goes to the left forward pocket. Mark taken and dropped by White. And White is going to run after Roy Farmer. And Roy Farmer's going to get the Tiwi Bombers out of trouble on the outer wing. Great pick-up from Michael Dung. He goes one way, then the other. Goes forward down and looking for Best. And it is going to be punched out from the hands of Best. And the ball is going to be tossed in 70 metres around from the right post, going the way of the Tiwi Bombers.
Good spoil by Tyrell Louis, but Farmer turned back the clock. He had young Mark White chasing him, and he took him on.
Boundary throw in now. Big Daniels taps it to the back. In fact, he grabs hold of the footy and gets a handball away to Harley Purantatameri. Quick kick from him goes to Jones. Jones to the back. Sock kick on goal is a goal. And the goal there kicked by Ross Tungatalam. The Tiwi Bombers, what should have been an opportunity for Wanderers to have an easy shot on goal, turns into a Tiwi Bomber 6-pointer. 7-9, 51 apiece here. 10.5 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Yeah, you're right. Mark White was all by himself down the other end, but we watched Tiwi here. Good hand pass off to Harley Purantatameri, getting involved in this third quarter. Tyrell Louis couldn't take the mark. It spills to the back. And Ross Tungatalam, easy as you like, a goal there for Tiwi, but Mark White was in a lot of space, just misread the ball from Shane Thorne and dropped an easy, uncontested mark, and Roy Farmer cleaned up in the back line and got Tiwi moving forward quickly.
So we are even. 12 minutes gone, third quarter. Daniels for the Tiwi Bombers thumps it away. Bo O'Connell tried to trap it. He's been cleaned up and probably in the back by Cantilla. And that is going to go against Matthew Cantilla for a push in the back against Bo O'Connell. Bo O'Connell comes out to the commentary wing. He just chips it over to Bates. Bates gets it on. A handball comes to Thomas Motlop. He goes for a little chip inside the right forward pocket. A great run and a great third effort from Braun. He tapped it up to himself, got it on the third grab.
I'm really impressed with Braun. Braun's effort today as he plays on.
And good work from Braun. He's just gone in and found Williams. So he looked like he was going to go for a set shot, but Braun has gone about 15 metres inboard, and Williams will line up.
And Bo O'Connell's just come limping off for Wanderers, so let's hope that he's okay. Been the best player out there today so far, Bo O'Connell.
Williams for Wanderers, trying to get back the lead on the paint of 50. Kicks it off 2 steps and kicks it truly. And Williams has got the Eagles back in front. 13 minutes gone. Third quarter, Wanderers 8-9-57, Tiwi 7-9-51.
Don't underestimate that goal, because that was hard to kick into. A swirling breeze down there was Williams, but here's the setup play. Thomas Motlop did the right thing, just put it up for Braun, who managed to get there. Cut on his heels was
Great
done.
mark, wasn't it?
Just juggled it, and he didn't look confident, but looked inboard to Warwick Williams, that probably hasn't had his best day today, but that was a beautiful kick in these conditions, Warwick Williams. It looks like a calf issue for Bo O'Connell, so let's hope that he's back out in the field quickly for Wanderers.
Well, an important ball out of the middle here. Midway through this third term, Garton up against Howe. Howe got it down. Aaron Motlop just threw it out of the middle. Goes to Dre Thompson. He releases by hand. That was clumsy. Went straight to Ross Tungatalam. Fires away up towards Jones. He grabs hold of the footy, and then he is smashed to the ground by Tyrell Louis. Brenton Motlop picks up. Gets it away to Aaron Motlop, that familiar kicking style. Finds his teammate there in Colley. Colley inboard, goes to the run of Simon Bates. Looking very good here, the Eagles. Little handball up to Dre Thompson. Lots of time and space here. Just got to make the right decision. He goes to Shane Thorne. Unloads with the big kick. Looking for Joel Jeffrey. Flies, can't take the mark. 3-1. The Tiwi Bombers now look to clean up from defence.
Defensively, they come out the commentary wing. Nice kick forward and a little chip and finds on the chest of Tungatalam. He goes around his opponent, if you don't mind. He's running. He's taken one bounce. Oh, he might get done for two. Just quickly takes a bounce in time. Tried to step around Shane Thorne. He's brought down Tungatalam, and he'd got a handball away to Simon. Simon kicks it forward, and he's found Cantilla. Matthew Cantilla goes into the left forward pocket. And Matthew Cantilla has found a play. It looked like it was going to go into a Wanderers defender, but he weighted it beautifully. And Cunningham in the left forward pocket, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, will have a shot on goal and try and level it up here at Marara Oval.
You can't do much about a kick like that as a defender, but as a forward, you'd love a kick like that into you every day of the week. Beautiful kick.
Cunningham looking for his second of the afternoon, and Cunningham comes through and he just sneaks it inside the right post. Cunningham has levelled things back up here at Marara Oval number 1. We've gone 15 minutes into the third quarter and both teams are 8-9-57. And for better news for Wanderers, just see there, Bo O'Connell is back on the ground and he's going out to the middle. Must have been a cork because they were using ice, and he's back out in the middle.
So good mark taken there by Tiwi, but this kick, if we can stay with it, we do. Beautiful kick off one step as well. Just found his teammate in Jared Cunningham on the chest, and a beautiful goal as well. He has 2. Does he have 2? Yep, 2 for the day so far.
He becomes the Tiwi Bombers' first multiples goal scorer.
Kick one in the first.
Yep. Ball tossed high in the middle. Garton up against Howe. Garton gets it forward. In fact, it comes back to him. Handballs to Bo O'Connell. Finds space. Kicks beautifully. Finds Matthew Motlop. Little chip goes to Warwick Williams and Joel Jeffrey, and it's Joel Jeffrey who takes the mark. Comes down to the ground, and I think he may have landed awkwardly there. As he's picking himself up, holding his head. He should be kicking from just inside 50, perhaps.
I think Rodney Baird, I hope it's cramped there. He can't really walk at the moment, but...
Both the two young stars, really. Rodney Baird, a very good player, up-and-coming young defender. And Joel Jeffrey, well, he could be anything. He could be a key forward at AFL level. He could even play midfield, the way that they work things these days. So Joel Jeffrey in the corridor. Kicks on goal from 50. Hangs it way out to the left. Not reading that breeze at all, Natasha. Out of bounds on the full.
Not down that end for sure. Joel Jeffrey would be disappointed with that kick, and he is. But good display again by Bo O'Connell. He is a running machine. He just runs and runs and runs.
Still scores a level, 57 apiece here. 17 minutes gone, third quarter. Ball is kicked to the outer wing. It's underneath the flags that are flying in the wing. Mullins with the headgear on gets a handball forward. Thomas Motlop is able to dispossess the Tiwi Bombers. He wheels around on the left. Mullins brought down again, and there's a free kick, but it's going to be played on. Waiting underneath it was Austin Wanamiri, nearly picked off from him. He gets a handball back. Austin Wanamiri kicks it into the right forward pocket, and the mark taken there by Cunningham. And Cunningham looked for some options, and then now he's decided to go back and have a shot on goal. He'll have to kick it 40 metres, a very slight, like a very big angle.
Yeah, Rodney Baird's come off now. He's getting treatment straight away on his calf. I think it is, so probably another player with a bit of cramp, maybe got a corky on it.
Cunningham looking for his third. He'll have to strike it at 35 metres, 10 metres in from the right boundary. He's hit it, he's hit it, he's hit it sweetly. And Cunningham has picked up his third for the afternoon, his second goal in this quarter, and it gives the Tiwi Bombers a 6-point lead, 18 minutes gone, third quarter.
Good work by David Cruz, was tapping the ball along. Thomas Motlop just turns it over here. Advantage played by the umpire. This is a dangerous kick, but it paid off. Brenton Motlop nearly got there, but Aussie Wanamiri gets it back off Heenan. And then a beautiful delivery into Jared Cunningham, takes an uncontested mark in front of his opponent in Smith Thompson. And another player with a brilliant kicking style, Jared Cunningham. Noted goal kicker as well. Kicked a bag one year, a couple of seasons ago.
Ball back in the middle. Howe up against Joel Jeffrey. Jeffrey wins it down, but only to Jono Mullins. Little tap comes from Munkara. Harleypur and Tutameri can't get there. Matthew Motlop receives the tap. Joel Jeffrey, look at him go. Has the footy, takes a bounce. Munkara in pursuit. Kicks it out wide, looking for the hard run of Colley. Well done, Colley. Takes the mark, plays on quickly. Dropping the mark there was Greg Hunt, taking the footy, Roy Farmer. Gets it away to Simon, back to Farmer. His low ball is poor. Turnover goes straight to Bates, who just can't quite find the handle of the footy. Kicks quickly and finds the chest to Mullins. He drops what he should have taken. Handballs back and goes to Puran Tutameri. Steps one way, then the other. Takes a bounce. Runs away from Howard. All the way to centre wing. Long kick up towards Best. Takes the mark on his chest. Tiwi Bombers building here. From half forward. Long kick down towards Jones. And under pressure. Can't take the mark and the ball out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 50 around from the Tiwi Bombers goal.
Jason Punatanameri just looked like he was cruising, and his opponent in Howard was trying to chase him. He was struggling, but it just on cruise control was Jason Punatanameri. We haven't seen that dash as much in this game, but geez, it's exciting when he does.
Howe back up against Joel Jeffrey for Wanderers. Howe taps it to his right, and now Wanderers, though, are able to get it out defensive 50. Joel Jeffrey has it. He dances around, decides to come back inboard. Mark not taken from Coley. Dre Thompson picks it up off the ground. He gets a handball out to O'Connell. O'Connell just sizes thing up, and a beautiful measured kick straight down the commentary wing. Just falls in the lap of James. James wheels around on the left, and the mark taken should have been by Williams. He dropped it, but he pats it forward. Now picked up off the ground by Hunt. Hunt running in, and Hunt misses to the left. And that is going to be a behind for Wanderers, and that margin 5 points in favour of Tiwi, 21 minutes gone.
Warwick Williams' chest at the moment isn't taking those marks when it hits it, is he?
He's going to have a lot of bruising.
Jason Puran brings it into Michael Dunn. Dunn looking here for Roy Farmer, I thought initially, but instead he's looked for and found Kurt Dunn. Kurt Dunn from centre wing, up towards Rostungatallum. Takes it momentarily, then drops it, then tries to take it again. Austin Wanameri in there, handballs back to Rostungatallum. Now coming away with it there is Lynch. Joel Jeffrey fronting the footy. Bo O'Connell had it, lost it. Fijo, handballed up to Keenan Smith-Thompson. Now being challenged for it by Lachlan Howe. The big man did really well to hold it up there. Beautifully done. He had the faster opponent who, if he grabbed the footy, Keenan Smith-Thompson, he would have been away.
Aussie Wanamiri is looking a little bit sore here on his right shoulder.
Oh, he is, isn't he? He's holding that low, isn't he?
It's just hanging there. You can see him trying to get some feeling into it.
Joel Jeffrey goes up against Daniels, gets it, tapped to it now inside the middle of Marara Oval #1. Kick forward by Smith-Thompson, but it's going to be cleared out by the Tiwi Bombers. Keep an eye on that. Austin Wanamiri not looking good down here on the boundary. And the ball, after the clearance from the Tiwi Bombers defensive player, has fallen in the lap of Bo O'Connell. He's in the middle of the commentary wing, tells players to go back. Booming kick, and he finds Joel Jeffrey. If you don't mind, found him in a pack of about 4 Tiwi Bombers players. Joel Jeffrey got it on the second grab. He's 60 metres from home on the commentary wing. He just puts the ball up, sets it up to the top of the goal square. No player is able to get it out cleanly, and the Tiwi Bombers are happy to rush it through. There's a lot of tired bodies getting up off the ground, and a few bruised and battered players at the moment. And it's Wanderers 59 trail, Tiwi Bombers 63. 23 minutes gone, third quarter.
Michael Dunn brings the footy into Heenan. Heenan out wide now to Harleypur and Tutameri. Just keep an eye on David Cruz limping off here for the Tiwi Bombers. Harleypur and Tutameri pulling out the party tricks here. Goes to Silvani Babui. He then drops the footy. He was confronted by Bo O'Connell. Neither player got the footy, but a free kick played here for a hold. A free kick is going back for holding. So Harleypur and Tutameri here. Right half back as David Cruz comes off the ground. Bit of a knee injury, right knee. Long kick down towards Cunningham. Oh, that's a good effort by the Eagles there. Well done, Jamal Lynch. He got in front, and the umpires called a free kick for Jamal Lynch, front on contact.
So it's not looking good here for Tiwi. We've got David Cruz in a lot of pain, and Aussie Wanamiri. They did a collarbone check on Aussie Wanamiri, and it looks like he's okay, so he's just maybe got a stinger on that shoulder.
Well, Howard almost took the mark out on scoreboard wing, dropped it, And initially the umpire called a boundary throw-in, but then it was decided that it was out of bounds on the full. So a turnover to the Tiwi Bombers. Baird, I think it was, finds Jono Mullins. Mullins now goes back to Baird. Good to see him back on the ground after having a bit of a rub on the left calf. Baird with ball in hand. Where will he go? He's just going to go long here. Into attacking 50, looking for the big man in Daniels. And thumped away from him. Well done, Jamal Lynch. He's had a good 5 minutes, Jamal Lynch, in the game. 24 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Tiwi 9-9-63, leading Wanderers 8-11-59.
I think we've got a lot of tired players out there that are looking forward to the three-quarter time. We've still got another quarter left, of course. Saved by the siren.
So the ball wasn't being able to be tossed back in, and the siren goes at three-quarter time. It is the Tiwi Bombers 9-9-63, leading Wanderers 8-11-59.
You are one of almost 140,000 people living in an area at risk of being affected by a cyclone this wet season. In your cyclone kit, you will need a battery-operated radio and torch with spare batteries, enough food and at least 10 litres of water per person to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Remember, all important documentation such as passports, photos and insurance policies should be kept in a safe and waterproof place. Be prepared this wet season. Brought to you by TIO.
Oh, yeah! Gee, she got a good leg on her, eh? What a show-off.
Did you see my goal?
Hey.
I thought I played a deadly game.
You should be ashamed of yourself and showing off and asking for all that attention. And looking like that.
You can do something to change the ending.
Did you see my goal?
Hey.
I thought I played a deadly game.
What? You should be ashamed of yourself and showing off and asking for all that attention. And looking like that.
Is this your right? You want to come over to the club with us?
What? You're not going anywhere. You're coming with me.
Oh, come on, Bruss. What are you going on about? Look what you're wearing. It's the same thing. We're going, having a chat.
You can change how it plays out.
Hey, bro, you all right or what? Come on, man. Let's go have a chat. Gotta be better, man. What's going on?
Do something to change the ending. It's everyone's responsibility to prevent violence.
So we can feel forever, yeah, feel together, real together. No one can stop. No one can stop. Nothing can ever bring me down.
Mother Nature can be frighteningly predictable in the Territory this time of year. Heavy rains and damaging winds can cause significant problems and disruption, particularly if you're unprepared, while downed power lines and flash flooding can be lethal. To ensure you're ready, visit powerwater.com.au/safety or text SAFETY to 0428 323 991 for more information. Because staying safe and ready around Mother Nature should be second nature.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal clothing for all school-related activities, whether it's 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact the Cricket and Football Shop NT for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Let's see. Roma, Verona?
Perhaps Barcelona.
Make your dream holiday a reality. Book your next getaway at Flight Centre with interest-free holidays and flexible repayment options.
Best in the air.
And everywhere.
Flight Centre.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice,
come and see it.
Still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
We're here for when the heavens open and the winds howl. We're here for when the water just won't stop. We're here for the wet and we're here for the dry. We're here because we know there's nowhere else you'd rather be.
And there's nowhere else we'd rather be either. TIO Home Insurance. We're for Territorians.
For Wanderers and their youngsters are things that they need to learn from, and the senior guys and Shannon Motlop as the coach would get around them. But the run home for Tiwi, they probably need this more so than Wanderers, and we speak about momentum, so they're probably going to try and give absolutely everything they got, but I still think Wanderers are probably looking the good so far.
Well, for Wanderers, they are being addressed for the final time for season 2019-2020 by their head coach, Shannon Motlop. Shannon Motlop with the board, and he's giving his troops their final instruction because they cannot make finals regardless of the outcome of today's game. They have given their all and they have not stopped fighting in the last couple of games, despite knowing that for some time they were mathematically not able to make the finals series. But what can they do here? If they defeat the Tiwi Bombers, then mathematically the Tiwi Bombers cannot make third. But if they win, if they lose and the Tiwi Bombers are able to get up, the Tiwi Bombers have to sit back and watch to see what happens with the Darwin Buffaloes. What a thrilling finish.
And we did speak about during the halftime break about, you know, Wanderers would want to be the team that, you know, put a damper on someone's finals hopes. Even if you don't make the finals, you want to be the talk of another team that
That's right.
You know, if only we would have beaten Wanderers, or if only Wanderers still getting a mention. And of course, I just think with the youth that they've got and the talent that they've got out there, I think they're going to run home with this game.
Well, and the bragging rights as well, because round 4 Wanderers beat Tiwi by 14 points, and round 11 Tiwi reversed that and won by 4 points over Wanderers. So really in the 3-game series, this is up for grabs as Austin Wanamiri goes to the bench. He's had his right shoulder strapped now. He's just still testing it. But we are in for one hell of a final term for the Wanderers side. This is their final term for season 2019-2020. And for the Tiwi Bombers, they're absolutely trying and clawing at just a win to possibly get third spot. Third spot would be vital for this side because that means that they go through the qualifying final next week as opposed to the elimination final. That is what is on stake for a win today for the Tiwi Bombers. I'm Shannon Byrne. Natasha Medbury is our expert to get us underway for the final term in the regular season for these two teams. Dominic McCormack.
Mitchell Garton to go up in ruck against Lachlan Howe. Lachlan Howe went early. Ball came down to him. He got a handball away. Little soccer comes from Simon. Well picked up by Munkara. Lovely handball to Ross Tungatulum. A drilling pass to Jones. Finds his chest magnificently. Jones on the lead into space. So he will have his shot on goal. Wow, what an effort there. Tiwi Bombers magnificent out of the middle. And Natasha, that kick from Ross Tungatulum again.
Just brilliant. Puts it on a plate. As a full forward, you'd love to run onto the end of his kicks every day.
Right of centre, 45-degree angle, Chris Jones. Nice, easy approach. Kicks from 35. Started it right, drew it back left. They have the first goal on the board for the last quarter.
And they needed to get that as well, Tiwi, just to get some of that momentum back. And again, well done by Jones. Beautiful lead, but the clearance from the midfield. Ross Tungatulum at his best. As they go, just watch on replay here, it was that quickly, but good start to the Bombers. And he's made the most of that swirling breeze down there as well, Jones. Look at this, just gets it out. Kicked off the ground. Hands here. Delivery of that footy. A defender, you cannot get your hand in there or an arm to try and spoil that at all.
And so that gives Tiwi Bombers a 10-point lead early in this final term. Howe just wins it over the top. Cleared out, though, by Wanderers with a hurried kick. But it is back in the middle. They go backwards towards Collie. Collie gets it forward. Shane Thorne's running after it. Shane Thorne with the pace. Tried to pat it forward. He's picked it up. Shane Thorne. Oh, looked like an incorrect disposal. But it's going to come now to the Tiwi Bombers down through the middle of the park from that man, Tongatalam. Don't know about that handball, but we'll play on with that. That handball is okay. He gives it off to Cantilla. Now it is in the hands of Bess. Bess just thumps it forward, looking for Jones and finding him. Jones out in front. He just took a chest mark before to line up, and he now takes an overhead mark to line up for back-to-back goals.
What did they give this man at three-quarter time? Because he's come out absolutely on fire. Beautiful leading as well, just leading to the right spots, but Tiwi looking the goods to start this last quarter.
So now coming in from the left, slight degree. He's going to have to hit this from 30 metres out. Jones looking for back-to-back goals, and that has gone across the face of goal and snuck in for a point. And so it's the Bombers 10-10-17 leading the Eagles 8-11-59.
Wanderers now bringing the ball back into play. Braden McLean goes with a wonderful kick. That's just beautiful. Shane Thorne, he's turned back the clock this afternoon. Been a very, very good player for the Eagles today. Kick short goes to Bates. Bates, the high up and under, looking for Keenan Smith-Thompson. Takes the mark, does not stop running. Kicks long and wide, looking for Warwick Williams. Gathers the footy. Handballs inboard and goes to Aaron Motlop. An opportunity here. The kick was not good. Cut off straight away by Roy Farmer. Goes to Michael Dunn. Just soccers it off the ground. Best attacks it hard. Wonderful pickup. Great handball. Off to Harley Purantatameri. 3 bounces. Has a shot. No, he doesn't. He just pops it up to Jared Cunningham, who kicks it out of the stadium. The second goal of the last quarter. He has his 4th for the afternoon. Well done, the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah, good transition of play. Unfortunately for Aaron Motlop, couldn't find his target as we watch on replay. It was cut off just to have enough power in that kick. And look at the transition of the footy here by the Tiwi Bombers through the midfield. Good hand pass from Bess. Picks up a running Purantatameri. And here we go, just at the back. Jared Cunningham goes and kicks his 4th goal of the game. 1 in the third, 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and now 1 in this last quarter. Oh, Tiwi. Wanderers need the next goal. My prediction just might have been blown out the water already.
Well, all of us, they haven't kicked a point yet, and the Tiwi Bombers have just kicked 2 goals, 1, and we're in the 5th minute of the final term. They know the equation. Not only do they win, big percentage would help. Garton from Wanderers got it out. Now Thorne handballs it off to Bo O'Connell from 50. The running young man just hits it to the right. So they pick up their first point of this final term. Wanderers 60, trailing Tiwi 76.
Roy Farmer now to bring the ball back into play for Tiwi. Just jogs out to his right, looking for a lead. Misses everything, but finds Simon eventually. His handball, a little bit errant, looking for Grant. His kick. Gee, Owen Henry did not want to jump in there and actually attack the footy. Shane Thorne takes it, goes to Thomas Motlop, taps it over the top and goes to McLean. He's tackled, he's gone. Just didn't have enough options on the move there, Braden McLean. Patrick Heenan wraps him up in the tackle. Now Heenan to look for the midfield. That's where he goes. Austin Wanameri, a little bit too easy here for the Tiwi Bombers. Handball out wide to Silvani Babui. He kicks long. He wants in on the action. And kicks a behind. Ross Tongatalam not happy. Makara not happy. Jones not happy. They all pointed and said, here, kick back here.
So the Tiwi Bombers are trying to do everything to keep it side their forward 50, but Bo O'Connell is going to take a bounce. He takes it defensively out of the 50 for Wanderers. Beautiful kick down the ground. Bo O'Connell is having a day at the moment. He goes and finds Bates. Bates runs on, kicks it forward over the head of Braun, who just takes a mark. And he's going to have to kick this, and this is a big goal, an opportunity coming up 40 metres directly in front.
It is, there's no doubt about it. Needs to kick this. Just been at the right spots at the right time, Braun. We've faded a little bit out with that 3rd quarter, but he really needs to go back and kick this. He's already got a goal.
So, Braun comes in, Walks slowly, just over the paint of 50 now. Now starts his trot. Oh, and he has miskicked that off the side of the boot. Would have travelled about 20 metres, 10 of that rolling along the ground. And now the Tiwi Bombers, they're going to come out through Baird.
Handball away there to Cantilla, who then fumbles and trips over, and Warwick Williams scores himself a possession, delivers the ball beautifully there to Howard. Howard the high up and under looking for Joel Jeffrey. 3-on-1 on him. No Wanderers loose players running through, however. The ball out the back here to Roy Farmer. Farmer the high up and under. Well done there by Mark White. Belted it backwards. Harley Purantatameri comes flying through. So too Grant. Ball goes to Dunn. Handball out the back to Harley Purantatameri. Austin Wanameri again in the clear. No one on him. Handballs to the big man in Daniels. Well done there by Lynch to go the smother. Ball comes to Tyrell Louis. Gathers it along the ground now. Goes towards Fijo. Fijo on the up. Jamal Lynch receives his handball. Goes to Thorne. Opportunity here. Well done from Shane Thorne. Just calm play and finds Bates. Bates quickly on the move. Fijo has the kick at goal. Kicks the goal. Well done, the Eagles. They get themselves back into this game.
They worked hard for that, the Eagles, but paid off in the end. Good work by Tyrell Louis. The last line of defence down here, used his body well, broke the tackle. It's a bit of a shank kick, but got it to the players out in space here in front of our commentary box. And we watched a young Fijo. Here's Tyrell Louis. Wasn't the best of one of his kicks, but luckily just a bit of space there, and that's the goal kicker there that handed it off to Lynch. It's it to Shane Thorne, just over the top to Bates. And well done to the experienced Bates. Passed it to the young player that worked hard in Fijo running past. He was up here in front of us, so he ran a good 100-metre sprint to get that footy and kick that goal. Well done to the Muck-Mucks.
So Braun in the middle. So is Aaron Motlop. And that's going to be one out of the middle by Aaron Motlop. He's running through, just puts it onto the boot, and out in the lead was Williams. Gone over the head of him. Joel Jeffries at the back, tries to get around, but it's going to be cleared from Cruz. He goes out to the left on the outer. So it is the Tiwi Bombers, and they are going to hold it up. Defensively still on the outer wing, defensive side. Goes down the outer wing, looking for their big man, and Daniels was there, so was Tungatalam. Out the back, though, it's going to be Wanderers that are going to try and mop it up. Dre Thompson gets a handball. He goes running through the middle. He kicks it short, gets it to Bates. Bates handballs it forward to Shane Thorne, just inside the defensive, the attacking side of the centre square. Picked up by Fijo. Snap on goal. And he's missed to the right as well.
He had more time and space there, just not enough communication by the young players down there along with Warwick Williams.
Tiwi by 9 points, 10 minutes gone, final term.
Oh, goodness me, they've burnt an opportunity there, haven't they? The Tiwi Bombers now bring the ball back into play. Owen Henry Jr. takes the mark. Jones, the man on the lead. He goes over his head. Harley Purantatameri, geez, run hard today. Out the back, takes the mark. Drills a pass looking for Best. He keeps the ball in front of himself beautifully. Gets away from Brenton Motlop initially. Lays the tackle, does Motlop. Clears the space. Best goes back in again. Pushes it towards the boundary. Brilliant professional play by Best to get it over the line and win his team a boundary throw in.
Blindsided the umpire there. Brenton Motlop, good work. And he didn't show any frustration to the umpire when he didn't earn that free kick either. Well done and good experience by Brenton.
Garden for Wanderers just taps it down beautifully to the player in Lynch, but Lynch kicked it hurriedly forward. It's gone to Farmer in the commentary wing. Farmer just clever. He's gone short to Cantilla. Cantilla goes down the commentary wing, their attacking side. Goes to Simon. Simon puts it inside the attacking quarter for the Tiwi Bombers. Great pressure. And that is great work by the captain from the Tiwi Bombers, Patrick Heenan. He's just dispossessed Lynch with a kick, and it was an incorrect disposal. So now Patrick Heenan goes across on the paint of 50. He has found Tungatalam.
They like being directly in front here, Ross Tungatalam. But a good hit by Paddy Heenan. Put his body on the line against a young player, the Wanderers player in Lynch.
Picked up the free kick for the incorrect disposal, so great captain's effort there. And now Ross Tungatalam, 55 metres out, directly in front. Oh! Going up was Cunningham. Tried to get the mark of the year late in the game. Wow. Cunningham has just flown over the pack.
He needed a parachute to come down. He got that high.
Oh, and he's landed safely, but the ball has just gone through for a behind, and the Wanderers now have to clear out defensively.
Aaron Motlop brings the ball back into play. Cutting it off there momentarily was done. Ball falls to McLean. McLean, a nice little chip out wide, goes to Bates on his bike. Pops it on the left boot, looking for Warwick Williams. Another player over the top was Baird. Warwick Williams, he just can't grab hold of the footy today. He does well there, steps around initially, then his handball is poor. The Bombers, they're going to get out of this one as well. Michael Dunn up the ground here to Matthew Cantilla. He was a very casual Matthew Cantilla. The turnover from Aaron Motlop goes to Michael Dunn on the outside of the right boot. He goes wide. Up now a kick. The Tiwi Bombers up to Munkara. That came from Kurt Dunn. His kick is beautiful. Goes to Ross Tungatalam. Bounces off Brenton Motlop. Handballs to Patrick Heenan. Fires on goal. And that could be one of the nails in the coffin for this last quarter. The Tiwi Bombers 12-12-84. Wanderers 9-13-67. And it is 12.5 minutes gone in this last quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for Wanderers to come back. Now the Tiwi Bombers are just hitting their straps again. So 2 goals now to Patrick Heenan. And Ross Tungatalam look like playing on. Look at this hand pass. Just sucked in 3 Wanderers players, left Paddy Heenan all by himself. And the captain, the Tiwi Bombers captain, kicked the first goal of the 4th quarter, but has 2 for the game.
So now a 17-point lead to the Tiwi Bombers. It's one of the largest margins of the whole match. And we're just checking here numbers. So Wanderers have not set up correctly. They didn't have someone in their defensive 50. It's just a warning.
They've been giving warnings again. They did say after Christmas there was no warnings.
I think the first one's a warning. I don't know. They put the ball down and they spoke to the ruckman. So you're right. I thought they were just going to blow it straight away. But now we've just out of the middle through Simon. He's thumped it forward inside the defensive 50. Clever tap back by Austin Wanamiri. Running over it and picking it up is Best. Best comes around on the right and just misses to the left. So Tiwi Bombers 85 leading Wanderers 67. 14 minutes gone, final turn.
They have all the run now. 14 minutes into this last quarter.
Louis brings the ball into play. Target out there. Brenton Motlop brings in a wonderful one-hander. Pops it on the boot, looking for Braden McLean. And he just cannot get there before the boundary. So the ball out of bounds under that scoreboard. 85 plays 67. The Tiwi Bombers in the lead at the 14-minute mark. It's been the difference a bit, hasn't it? Tass just miskicking at times, is not quite handling the ball well.
Just the youth, I think, now have sort of run out of a bit of legs that you don't expect with the youth and just causing a few turnovers, not hitting their targets.
Garton winning the ruck contest, going there for Bo O'Connell, just couldn't quite find the handle on the footy. Tiwi Bombers with ball in hand. The Eagles continue to fight for it. Roy Farmer comes in strongly, picks up one grab, gets the ball to Jason Purantatameri. He's tackled, gets it back to Farmer, steps inside. Now goes towards the corridor, finds Ross Tungatalam. Now it really opens up. Matthew Cantilla in space, takes the mark in front of Thomas Motlop, and Motlop,
50.
He shoved Cantilla and hit the ball, and he has given away a 50-metre penalty. And at this time of the match, ladies, this is absolutely crucial. 15 minutes, 17-point margin.
They're gonna.
He'll be disappointed. He should know better than that.
Yeah, that he should, and just not good leadership by Thomas. He knew straight away when he's done it. But I tell you what, Tiwi, the percentage as well. So they'll be wanting to get every opportunity that they can out of this game.
So Matthew Cantilla almost dead in front. Brenton Motlop, the man on the mark, has the shot on goal, kicks it low. Doesn't matter. He kicks it straight. It's gone through for another goal. And Matthew Cantilla, he kicks his first for the afternoon midway through this last quarter, this all-important last quarter. And the Tiwi Bombers, they move on to 13-13-91. Wanderers 9-13-67.
9 goal kickers for Tiwi here today, which is a good spread as well. Jared Cunningham, of course, with 4. Paddy Heenan with 2. But very good spread of goal kickers for the Tiwi Bombers, and that percentage that we were talking about. So they're not going to take their foot off the medal here. They're going to keep going, Tiwi.
Well, I wonder when they start looking over at the other game as well. Darwin have a 6-point lead over St Mary's at quarter time. So it doesn't matter if Tiwi win today and Darwin win, then Darwin will snap up third spot. So this, though, is the opportunity for Wanderers. Try to get one back. Shane Thorne comes out of the middle, turns one way, turns the other, decides to kick to the outer wing, and he finds McLean. McLean chips short. He goes to Colley. Colley now puts him inside the forward 50, goes over the head of Bo O'Connell, right in the right forward pocket, and he just dribbles it forward and it goes over the boundary, so the ball will be tossed in 40 metres around from the right goalpost, heading towards a Michael N Learning Centre.
If I was Shannon Motlop, I reckon I'd put just all the young fellas on the ball. Let them have a run.
From that ruck contest now, Howe worked really hard, won the footy, kicked long, and then got shoved in the back by a frustrated Mitchell Garton. So a downfield free kick. Now Harley Purantatameri receives that kick, takes the mark in the middle of the ground, turns it over, goes to Brenton Motlop. Dre Thompson. Haven't really seen enough of him this afternoon for the Eagles. Dre Thompson takes the mark well, puts it onto the chest of McLean. McLean goes forward and finds a teammate there in Donnie James. James's kick is poor. Well done from Howe, however. He worked really hard to find that footy. And, yeah, that's a beautiful kick. That's a beautiful accidental sideways torpedo there by Lachlan Howe, which found his teammate Kurt Dunn, who goes to the running man in Cruz, kicks long, numbers on here. Wanameri gathers. Wanameri kicks on goal, and he absolutely burnt a teammate there in Cunningham. Had the snap, was touched and threw for a behind. Cunningham said, hey, what about my fifth?
Put it to the top of the square. I love the sportsmanship of Motlop and Wanameri then after he missed that goal.
So now Wanderers coming out through the middle. It's in the hands of Braun. Braun, defensive side of the commentary wing. He just chips it forward and finds Aaron Motlop. Aaron Motlop wheels around, goes into the middle of the park, finds Shane Thorne. Thorne inside the centre square.
No one leading for him. Absolutely no one leading in that forward line.
Attacking side of the centre circle. Now he just goes long into the left forward pocket. Was looking for Joel Jeffrey. He was caught behind. So now the Tiwi Bombers have turned it over. Oh, Garton has absolutely crashed Howe. Howe for the Tiwi Bombers. The ruckman still down on the ground. Ball is in the hand of Lynch. He handballs it forward, and Hunt has to go after it. Howard got up and runs down Hunt. Ball dribbles out, picked up from Lynch. Lynch has a shot on goal, and it bounces awkwardly and goes through for a point. And Lynch and Howe's very slow to get up, the ruckman from the Tiwi Bombers, and it is the Wanderers 68 trailing Tiwi 92.
Colley gathers the ball out wide for the Eagles, kicks it back into the forward pocket. James gathers, can he find somebody? Yes, he can. The shot on goal is a goal for the Eagles. Well done. The goal kicked. White it is who kicked the goal. That's his first for the afternoon, Mark White. So the Eagles 10-14, 74.
They're hanging
the Tiwi
in.
Bombers 13-14, 92. They trail by exactly 3 goals.
Yeah, they're just hanging in there, but good work by the young players for the Wanderers. Good work by James, just the tap over, and Mark White was able to shrug the tackle. A banana kick on goal. He's done well today, Mark White. Misread the footy a few times when he's led for it out of the square, but apart from that, he's been damaging and dangerous with his pace, a lot of pace.
Daniels up against Joel Jeffrey in the ruck for Wanderers. Ball down on the ground. Bo O'Connell's down on the ground, has his head over it. Harley Purantatameri dispossesses it from him. Gets out to Tungatalam. Tungatalam kicks it forward. Brenton Motlop on the ground. Austin Wanameri has it in his hands. He gets the ball back. Brenton Motlop tries to smother that, but the pass is just too accurate into the lap of Cunningham, and Simon Munkara, just a great vision, spots up Cunningham, and he likes his chances to try and get his 5th for the afternoon.
Just led to the right spots, Jared Cunningham. He should go back. Breeze has died down just a little bit, favouring coming from behind his back.
Huge run up, probably about 30 metres. He's run up more than he's actually got to kick the distance, so he'll hit it on 35, directly in front.
Snuck it in.
Over. And it is a goal to Cunningham. He kicks 5 for the afternoon, and that is his second in the final term. And he puts the Bombers out to a healthy lead, 24 points here at Marara Oval, and that will be enough for the Tiwi Bombers as we are in extra time.
Yep, that's enough for the Bombers, and they've done well in this last quarter. They've definitely ran it out and outplayed the Muck-Mucks, but they won't give up here. The Wanderers, they're not a side known for giving up. They will give everything they've got for the last couple of minutes until that siren goes.
Well, back in the middle now, Joel Jeffrey up against Douglas Daniels. And the Eagles win it out of the middle. Bo O'Connell takes it away with pace. Handball up here for Grant. Grant, the little chip. There's no one there. Needed to give the handball back to O'Connell, really. Ball taken away by Roy Farmer, and numbers everywhere here for Tiwi. Ross Tongatulum takes the mark, takes a bounce, gives the ball off to Best. In pursuit, Bo O'Connell has not stopped all afternoon. The long kick down towards Cunningham. Really ill-directed on that occasion by Jake Best. Didn't give Cunningham the best of opportunities. And through for a behind.
Probably Tongatulum didn't handball it quick enough. Brenton Motlop with the kick in. Lucky that it found Lynch for Wanderers. He gets it outside the defensive 50, gives it to Louis. Louis gave it off to Thomas Motlop, who kept running through the middle. There's a booming kick from Thomas Motlop out to the outer wing. Howard's underneath it. He's been absolutely harassed on the outer wing. And that is great pressure there from Michael Dunn from the Tiwi Bombers. And there is going to be a free kick. And they said that Howard didn't get rid of it in time. And that is great pressure there from Dunn. Tiwi Bombers have not given up despite leading by 25 points on the scoreboard. Dunn goes to Harley Purantanamiri. He's had a great final term. He goes up to the top of the 50. Drop mark from Austin Wanamiri and picked up by the Wanderers defender in Williams. And he goes straight down to his forward 50. Quick handball onto Fijo. Fijo goes forward and finds an that's been kicked out. He finds an unmarked White in the goal square. And White has decided to kick that so high that has gone over the Michael Long Learning Centre.
Someone that was driving past has just picked himself up a new footy, because if you're seeing that flying over the fence, you'd stop and pick it up. So
Leather Sharon would be lost, no doubt.
$100 footy there, but well done again, Tyrell Louis. He's played his part down that back line. The ruckman looked like a bit of a throw, but he got the hands to it. Well done, Fijo and White. Through for his second goal of the game, 2 in this last quarter.
Really liked the game of young Ronald Fijo today. He has worked so hard, got himself into good positions, there to receive the handball again, kick on quickly. Done really well.
Now, White has kicked the ball. We've got no spare ball down the Michael Long Learning Centre. The ball has gone out.
The goal umpire, the further aside, the airport end, is going to get the only ball that he's got spare there.
Why has White done that? There is netting up for the ball to be stopped and not go into the Michael Long Learning Centre, but he's decided to thump it so far on the goal line.
We've managed to get a footy. And we've still got Jason Purantanamari looking over the fence for the other spare football.
That's the hold up here at Marara Oval number 1. I'm sure the players are going to be welcoming the siren. For the Tiwi Bombers, it's a big win for them. It keeps them in with an option of getting third. The ball's tossed up quickly.
Ball from the middle now. Harley Purantanamiri taking it away. Oh, he's getting tired, and bowled over there was Ross Tongatulum. Tyrell Louis just came charging through. Dre Thompson got the footy, kicks it out wide to the running man in Bo O'Connell. Takes off from centre wing, has players in the clear, picks the option. White didn't quite get there. Braun off to O'Connell. He's just going to have a shot here. Has he kicked it far enough? No, he has not. David Cruz, really well placed in the goal square, took the mark and now kicks out wide, looking for Silvani Babui. Babui now with the turnover into the middle of the ground, finds Simon. Who wants the footy? Possessions on offer here, tired players. Matthew Cantilla works really hard out towards left half forward. The ball does its best to elude him. Steps one way, then the other, and Colley's got him. Good tackle. Gets rid of the footy with the left foot, comes to Joel Jeffrey, I should say. Wanderers with ball in hand, turnover, it goes to Howard on centre wing.
So now, on centre wing, Wanderers What can they do here? Time ticking down. We're extra time. It's 27 minutes gone. They've gone inside their forward 50 by Fijo. The youngsters had a great game. Takes a bounce. And he looks for and just kicks it for a goal. Easy as you like. And Fijo had all the time in the world. He looked like shaped he was going to handball. And Fijo has kicked a goal. And it is his second for the afternoon. And as that siren sounds, that ends the season of Wanderers. And for the Tiwi Bombers, they have picked up a 13-point win. And more importantly, it now comes down to the outcome of Darwin and St Mary's to find out. With that win, the Tiwi Bombers could still end up third on the ladder.
Yeah, good win by, as we hear the team song.
So, wow, a 13-point win in the end to the Tiwi Bombers. 14-15, 99 to Wanderers 12-14, 86.
Yeah, 12-14, 86. It definitely was the 12th goal they got on the board there. The Wanderers that finished their season. We see both teams embrace here. But a good win by the end by the Tiwi Bombers. So they're looking strong, and they needed to get that game back after losing last week to St Mary's. But full credit to the young Wanderers side. They gave everything they had, and they never gave up, and the score in the end reflects that. 13 points when I thought that it might have been blown away halfway during that last quarter, but they dug in, the Wanderers side. But what a game of footy. It was a shootout from the get-go, and it maintained that level the whole way through.
Wow. We have been given an absolute treat for the final time that we see Wanderers in season 2019-2020. They have put everything out in the park with a very young side as well. We've also had some old players returning in the likes of Aaron Motlop for some of the season, and they can hold their head high. For the players like Joel Jeffrey, is it the last time we see him? Bo O'Connell, these are some of the youngsters that we could potentially be seen drafted for next year, and that would be a great opportunity for some territory players. But gee, they have lit up the competition this year. And for Wanderers, it is their final time that they are out in the middle of Marara Oval number 1. But Tiwi Bombers, what did you like about them as they now head into the finals? Week 1, we don't know. Will they be in the elimination final? Will they be in the qualifying final? They now have to sit back and wait to see what happens between Darwin and St Mary's.
It'll be interesting to see what some of the updated scores are for those other games as well, because, you know, it is important. But I thought there was contributors all around the ground for Tiwi, and the spread of goal kickers in the end as well displays that. Jared Cunningham might have kicked 5 goals, but, you know, the delivery inside from David Cruz running from the back line along with Jason Punatana-Mary. Simon Munkara played his part. Paddy Hannon chipped in with 2 goals. Ross Tungatalam come in and out of the game, that consistency that we spoke about, but he's looking dangerous. His delivery of the footy is, you know, superb. Xavier Grant probably had a quiet game. Bess was well served. Howe in the ruck. Simon to start the game were just really important players. Dunn, Jones to start off that last quarter. Farmer, Cruz, Mullins. Jared Cunningham, like I said, kicked the 5. Rodney Baird, you know, played his part at fullback. He looked a bit injured and had to come off the ground at one stage there. He's got his boots off, but he'll be good to go, I reckon, next week. And Harley Punatana-Mary, when the game was in the balance, he really showed his flash, and that goal that he kicked from the sideline was absolutely brilliant.
Stunning, wasn't it?
And for Wanderers, I can't speak enough of those 3 players as well that Shannon spoke about. You know, if we do see him on